choices. The Fox 61 Student News gives middle and high school students from around the state a platform to highlight and express what's important to them. Watch for these stories Fridays on Fox 61. Student News is sponsored by Big Y, your family market.
The Manchester Road Race tradition continues this Thanksgiving morning. Watch live or streaming on demand on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. Live coverage starting at 9 a.m. Race coverage sponsored by Dunkin', official coffee of the Manchester Road Race.
Behind all the holiday magic is you. Max, what makes you, you.
Attention, if you have Husky C.
You make Taco Tuesday great again.
And need assistance with daily living, you can receive a 100% free service and get help in the comfort of your own home by a loved one. Call Freedom Care now so you can receive daily help preparing meals, doing laundry, receiving transportation, and more. All done by a family member or friend that lives with you and gets paid to be your caregiver. Get started now. It's 100% free based on Medicaid eligibility.
After a car accident, the insurance adjuster may make you a low offer. Your case may be worth a lot more.
Call Jonathan Perkins Injury Lawyers and find out. 1-800-PERKINS. Get the power of Perkins.
Stories to be read on the teleprompter. I don't think they have a shot in heck of getting through.
We've got Shadow to finish up our story, but we'll get to the trending stories. Yeah.
Let's see if Shadow contributes. A new poll is bringing back an ongoing debate about travel etiquette. Should passengers be allowed to recline their seats on short or domestic flights?
According to a Harris poll, 41% of Americans think it should be banned altogether. It's a controversial topic because, of course, I suppose it can impact the space of other passengers, but usually you can reclaim that just by reclining your seat.
Exactly. Like
A zero-sum game here, but it's caused fights on flights in the past. I'm not for a ban.
I'm not for a ban.
I'm 6'3".
I don't think Shadow likes it either.
Shadow?
Yes.
First class for
That's
you,
up to you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We've got some news about the Toy Hall of Fame.
So this is one of 3 new toys. So I did 3 new toys.
Aww.
Into the Hall of Fame. The announcement made this morning at the Museum of Play. That's up in Rochester. Did you know the Strong Museum even existed?
Yes.
I love it. I want to go. Here they are.
Yes, Transformers too. What's going on? What do you think?
Okay. Phase 10, which I admittedly never had. Of all the games I had never had.
And not the biggest card game.
And Transformers.
Transformers makes sense.
Robots in disguise. Remember that?
Yeah, more than meets the eye.
Yeah, more than meets. That's right. Finals that didn't make it this year were Apples to Apples. I know, I'm stunned too. Shadow, Apples to Apples. The Trampoline didn't make it, and Hess Toy Trucks. Hess Toy Trucks have been a staple in our home, even in current.
Right, they had their own jingle too, you know?
Yeah. What were the 2 sides of the Transformers?
It was a robot or car.
No.
Autobots. That's
Decepticons. Yeah.
They were not cars.
Yeah, they were.
That's right.
They were good or bad. Autobots or Decepticons.
Who's the head of the good guys?
Autobots. Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. See, you only know this because you saw the movies.
No.
Some of us remember
I watched the commercials.
that actually came out. Show your age.
Commercials, and they had a cartoon.
Yeah. Yes, they did. It was a double bill on Miami TVS. Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
How's that? Followed by He-Man.
All child education Saturday morning, right?
Voltron wiped them all away.
I always liked the Smurfs.
And now form the head.
God, I hope so. What Smurf were you watching? Grandpa Smurf. 7-day forecast of temperatures right now. Oh, it's beautiful out there. Numbers in the 50s as we go down the line. Here's a 7-day. Oh, it doesn't warm up at all? I know, Shadow. I'm stunned too.
I'm not happy about that.
Temperatures tonight got below freezing, so it's right. More was right. 3 dog, 3 cat night.
That night, yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Remember Connecticut Humane Society for Shadow or any of the other pets that they have there available for adoption. Whoop, go, go.
Say goodbye, Shadow.
Goodbye, everybody.
Very good.
My father, he fell down on a sidewalk. We were just receiving nonstop bills. That's when we really decided to call the flood law firm. They took care of everything.
If you've been injured through no fault of your own, call the flood law firm today.
James really knows how to pick a heart in your local community. See what I did there? Hey, Jackie. Evan, my guy. You have a little savings, right? I wish I had somebody like that in my stuff. Somebody just got their first debit card. Ice cream on you? Tacos. I got you. Wait, hold on. Don't you owe me money? What? Your money is a part of your community, so your bank should be too. Like Chase.
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today.
That's great.
What position did you play?
First base.
That's what my grandpa used to play.
When our hearing wouldn't allow us to use a regular phone, it made us feel isolated.
It became difficult to communicate with our friends and family.
Clear captions was an easy solution.
When you put your heart and soul into creating something, you wanted to make an impact, to endure, to express something.
We're gonna get a first mod on the Revolto. The question is, do I tell them what it is? Do I tell them where it's going? I think we just keep it a secret.
Say window tint.
It's gonna get
Good
fitted
morning,
with a
good
very, very special
morning.
first mod. I'm super excited. You're just gonna have to wait to see the reveal and see what it looks like afterwards.
Just got out of the gym.
That sounds pretty good stuff. It actually does. For a hybrid.
Today, healthy salad, no dressing, just salt.
It's just really weird seeing this car move around in electric mode. It's so odd.
Only E-mode possible while engines
Organic Brussels sprouts that are chopped up, you know, from the bag. I don't even have time to fucking put some dressing on.
Jesus Christ.
But Himalayan salt
That's how we
is enough for me to really want to keep going with it.
Does sound cool. You like your Revolto?
I like getting paid.
That's the answer. It still smells like pollution as well. To be honest, I really like this car. Like, I really enjoy it. After driving it with Mia from Canada down here, it ran perfectly. It's actually an amazing car. Like, it's got all the things that you want that make the Huracan probably the best car Lambo's ever made. Just from the standpoint of, like, fit, finish.
I don't know, maybe you will.
Like, it's just
Who knows?
simple.
I don't know.
Yeah, so now you have all that, but now you still have to.
But technically, we kind of
It's definitely the
can.
next step, like the evolution of the Aventador, right? They put a lot more technology in this thing.
Like if you grab a salad,
from buying this,
and I got my salad,
the lesser
we're eating
model,
together.
money. It's a lot more money because this is a lot more money. My SVJ was $690,000 Canadian. This car was $850, and it's the base model. Like in the sense of like, after this is the first entry level Revolto. After this comes like whatever they make, like an SV, an SVJ, or like whatever they do with it. Bravo, we'll leave it to it, my man. Thank you very much. I'm sorry we can't pay you. I hate to see you go, but I love the life you're living. We'll send you cash out of Dave's salary every time. By the way, I actually have one more surprise. I have a brand new vanity plate for the Revolto. I brought it when I flew back down. And when she comes back with her first new mod, she's going to have to get her brand new vanity plate.
What's it gonna
That's
say?
right. YouTube money, baby. That's what paid for that thing.
YouTube.
It's just getting there slowly. It's like people were touching it. There's so many fingerprints. I know, and it was all cut polished, but unfortunately,
Oh my god.
first official drive. We do it once.
That's
backwards on
epic.
any crap. This is the first actual drive. Let's get a cold start.
I love this car. It's got so.
You gotta slow down, man.
What's the word to it? It sounds wicked.
So good.
Yeah. For a 4-cylinder? I was supposed to stand outside. It's so fucking windy.
Bro, it looks so good. Like, now it's actually here in the wild down in Compton.
I might hit the red light
Just blown away.
to kind of
I'm so
compensate.
pumped that livery. I pushed him on that like this week. I can't get over how crazy this car looks. Paid 20 grand for it. Maybe we're $40,000-$45,000. Like, yeah, it's a kid car. It's not gonna be perfect. That's never the way this car's gonna be. But just for raw driving experience, the noise, the fact that
That feels so good.
well, for the attention you get is crazy. 100 times better than what it was. Yeah, so the boys from Sacramento.
It would have been better to be outside, but damn, the wind.
But then there's things we don't know about this car, like overseas. We've never driven it. So far, it's been good. It's been steady at 180.
I will go out there though.
So far, so good. I love it. What's the drive like compared to anything else in the world? Like, to the audience, how would they understand what it drives like? It really feels like an actual, like, no power assist go-kart. Yeah. Like, there's no power steering, there's no power brakes, everything's squeaky. Oh, God. We don't want... Oh, God. No.
He's stuck in
What
traffic.
are we doing? It's rush hour. This car is so hard to see out of.
He's fucked.
That one's moving. Like, you were waving me over, and I was like, well, I guess I'll go. Well, now it's race car in traffic. So how's the gearbox feel? The gearbox is actually pretty solid. It's a little bit weird because it's so sloppy, but it's hard to find gears. Yes, but it works good. Like, I was trying to find reverse when I first got this thing. Oh, dude, it's so... Where the hell is reverse? But it actually works fine. It's going into gear fine. The throttle is still sticking. So there's sometimes where I had to flip it to get it to come down. Like, I got stuck at 4,000 earlier. So, was that like cable? Yeah. Stuff? I'm sure it's not routed very efficiently.
I will have a steak later.
This is way better than what it was. Oh, yeah.
Some yogurt.
It's still not perfect, but we can...
I take the yogurt. I add honey to the yogurt. And I add some chia seed. Stir it all up. You can add some nuts and seeds to that too. Oh man, it adds a really good freaking power up.
That was a huge success. Yeah, it was actually really good. So, is it possible to add power brakes and power steering? Yeah, but it's a little difficult. I don't mind the non-assist brakes. Power steering will be easy.
I gotta make some grains later. So it'll be
I have to look at this rack, but I'm pretty
quinoa.
sure if it's an MR2, there is a power steering rack. So the car comes
split peas.
That way, this car's not engineered this way. No. It's so hard to turn. Yeah.
Red lentils.
It's a normal MR2 rack. We should be able to put the power one in it.
And then
some cars, like
beans.
Some Honda Civics, they have a.
I think I got red kidney beans.
So maybe the MR2
and then I have the dark black ones.
How foreign, right? Well, I'm gonna take you with Nick, and I need you.
That's such a great combination.
Okay. And I'll set it up. Okay. We gave you a budget, I think, of 10 grand. Have you spent that yet? Seat interior.
You can add some
painted it. Evan sponsored that though.
You could have that
SoCal
plain
Customs, Evan's body workshop, paint shop.
to start off.
Yeah, they have that big time.
And then if you're like
because this car was
craving something a little bit more oomph, you can add some tomato sauce to that.
But now it looks so insane. And my goal is to be able to drive this home and actually be able to use it. So you need to look at like an aftermarket AC system maybe.
It has one. We were talking to the guys from Solano, and they found the pictures of this car from the previous owner, and it had a panel here, but the panel is missing. But it has the AC right there.
Oh, you can see the condenser right there.
And it actually has the compressor in the engine. It's all good and it should work, but we just need the panel. That's the splash zone, right? It's so good. It's so much fun.
Just wait until like we can rev it.
Yeah, I can't wait. 9,000.
9,000. How's it looking?
It's looking good. I'm gonna get my laptop. I'm gonna do a bit of street tuning for you. We'll get this
Street
thing
tuning.
dialed in and
Compton, baby. Compton Racing Club, DDHQ. That's
That
what's
car
up.
is
right.
All right,
insane.
so what else do we have going on this before we can actually get these guys really wet by putting this on a dyno?
yeah, we're getting really close. We're just buttoning up a few things. We got some heat sleeves to put on some hoses. That's pretty much it. We're ready to hit the dyno, tune this thing, and then we're ready to hit the block, do some initial testing, and then go to the track and really open this thing up.
Well, you know what? There's one problem in all this. And you know what that is?
Money.
Yes. Listen.
No, that's not a problem.
As much as I am a confident driver, in the cars that I learned to drive, I was driving exotic cars. I wanted to do all the crazy stuff, but the exotic cars weren't built to do it. Like, not purpose built. I self-trained myself
my
to
God.
basically find the limit, find the edge of just simply using throttle control with a high horsepower car, learning how to slide it around, like power slide it. It's not really drifting. In the end, I wanted to build a proper
Baby cakes, you're gonna
exotic
get me all
drift
horny
car.
with those
Look,
kind of
this guy did it,
emojis and
right?
pictures.
We had a bad idea as a proper built exotic drift car. It is, yes. But there's one problem. This
no.
car is a lot of money. Like, a lot of money. So if I took this car out and was learning on it and I made a mistake, which I'm going to do, it could cost me a ton of money. And by me, I mean Dave too, because Dave's invested in this. So at the end of the day, we need a car Damon can learn on, don't we?
Yes. You need training wheels.
Training
You
wheels.
don't want a beater car because it's not going to be anything like this.
Exactly.
If you train in a 200 horsepower car, you'll get real good at doing clutch kicks. That's about it.
All right. Well, we have a car right over here that's under a cover. Come on, you guys. I'm going to get the boys to help me reveal my brand new car to go and learn how to actually drive the twin turbo F12 on. And I'm pretty excited about this because right now
I get paid to
it's
not
got a
be
prancing
naked.
horse on it as well. Well, that's
It's
kinda
hard to
humor,
explain that,
isn't it?
but-
It is. Prancing horses that go sideways. So I'm going to reveal
That's
this in
awesome.
3, 2, 1.
But, you know, my life is different than your guys' or ladies' lives.
But it's from the car cover.
You
We
humans.
bought my F80. It's an F80, right?
It's the same chassis as an F80, but it's an F30.
Oh, it's an F30.
So it's not the M3.
It's cooler than
And-
F80 from Ferrari, I'll tell you that much. Oh, shame.
Yes.
Damn. Long story short, Mike's had this car. It's an epic build. It's actually perfect for learning, and Mike's going to tell you why right now. Because this car, believe it or not, shares a lot of the components that are in that car.
Yeah.
So, Mike, tell us what's going on with this car that makes it a good deal for DD to learn on, but also keep for, funny enough, spare parts package.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing that's really going to help with learning is that this car has the exact same gearbox as that car. You've got the same gearbox. It's got the same Motec ECU, the same Motec PDMs. There's a lot of crossover here. It's the same fuel tank. It's the same fuel pumps. There are a lot of parts that can literally be removed from this car and bolted right on that car with no modifications if needed. When we do start doing videos with that car, with Gymkhana videos or whatever it might be that Damon dreams up, we can literally pull these parts off the car in about an hour and have this expensive spares package ready to go and take with us when we do video shoots.
You guys, that's what we chose at the end of the day. We were just waiting to get this done before we started pulling Mike off of anything to kind of give me a hand to learn to drive, take me out, and teach me some of the moves. And the best part is, this is why we have the block. This is really why we have this building. Yes, the building is a lot of money and it's a lot of overhead, but the reason why we invested in it is so that we have a legal place to do the burnouts, the drifting, the testing of said cars that we were planning on building in here. Because
amazing content.
We had the vision to build something that would slide around
the perfect
at a high
idea
level. And when we were
ever.
at the old HQ in Huntington Beach, there was nowhere to go other than Willow Springs or whatever racetrack we would go to. And that also starts to add up on the cost. If we don't have to rent a track for half a day for $2,000 or $4,000, that's going to be a lot more cost effective for me to actually learn as well. And I can spend all that
And
money
time consuming.
on fuel
We don't have to
and
fucking
just
drive to the
shredding
track.
tires.
It's right
So,
there.
I mean, cost. Tell us off camera, told me what did it cost to build this car. I was shocked.
Yeah.
So when I worked it out, it was $165,000 to build this car from the ground up. Yeah, it is not by any means an inexpensive or cheap car. Sequential
Dude, those
gearbox,
wheels
all
look so
Motec.
good.
It's got a little fuel cell, the safety system. It's got the quick change differential. It's got Wisefab and proper shocks all the way around. So this is a pro level car.
fell down.
This car minus
My
the exhaust
pants.
is your FD. Everything else is good to go. Dude, that match in the back, you can literally compete in FD in this car.
Me?
Come on, watch this FD, bro.
Yeah. Not that much, Ron. Well, should we fire it up and take it outside?
I mean, you just bought the car, so of course you're gonna drive it.
Let's drive it. Let's drive it, you guys. I gotta learn how to actually properly drive this thing. This won't be that video, but at least we can take it out and slide around on the block. That's the whole reason why we have it.
Having the block here and having the car here, where every time you're here, you can literally just jump in the car for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's what's really gonna get you good. Going to the track once a month, it's really hard to improve in big leaps by doing that.
And the best part is I do
And to
need
get
baby
content.
steps. I don't need to go out to the track and try to do a third, fourth, fifth gear slide. I really do need to learn first, second, maybe third in here. I don't know. Third's probably really
I
good.
fucking love my hair.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my way
You have
of
no
teaching
idea.
people to drive
Dude,
is
I
first
love
gear
my
and
hair
figure
was
eights and
sometimes,
G-turns.
like, I guess
you learn the basics, but
it
then you
sucks
carry
when
those
it, like,
basics into
gets in your
fifth
mouth.
gear stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, you learn. So doing a
But
transition in first gear around the cones and
you gotta
throwing
look at the
car from
polarity
one side to the other
aspect of
and
that
catching
whole
it smoothly and
situation.
getting back off the clutch, back on the power. That's
I'm
the
fucking
same
so
rhythm
grateful it's
you
fucking
use, no
still
matter how
there.
fast you're going. So if you
After
can
all
get
the
that
steroids
down,
I
you go to the
did,
track and you go faster,
and I have
and
my
everything will
hair.
click together really quickly.
Oh, here we go, you guys. Your boy's got to learn to drive.
Why do you think I'm so
what
fucking
better
happy all
car
the
than
time?
One that is set up with very identical things to what I have in the F12.
Yes, and even like very similar position since I built both cars. Where the e-brake is, where the shifter sits, everything. Like the keypad, right? It is really going to feel
the
a lot
hair.
like that car. Obviously, that car's going to have a ton more power.
That's a little.
A little bit.
Yeah, like double.
Like double.
Eventually. Why don't we take this thing on the block and stop talking and let me just kill the tires even old school Damon way. I will take some pointers from Mike.
Yes,
and see
let's
if I
do
can
it.
throw down a little bit of figure eights the way he's talking.
About to get rowdy.
Go out, burn some tires, have fun, fill the car out.
So, ignition and start.
That's it.
Oh! This car also sounds really good. Mike built a really sick car.
This car does have anti-lag.
Oh, that's right.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We'll do that later.
That's the celebratory I bought a car though.
We'll do that when it's all warmed up.
Oh my god, this is about to get crazy.
Yeah, and it's so smooth too, right? Like
fucking killing it. That BMW, I think that's straight 6.
At some point, I just wanted to make the video cool.
You're looking good. Yeah, I mean, and the temps, 197.
I have to check on that.
It's still good.
Can't remember.
I'm not gonna lie.
But it doesn't sound like a
This car does
Supra.
have a bit of grip when the tires get warm.
It's more throaty.
And when you do just the clutch, the gas and the clutch, it shrinks this space really quick.
Yeah, yeah. Because you carry a lot of speed.
You start moving.
You're really committed to that throttle coming back on to move you away from the barriers.
Oh yeah. Like you're not using the handbrake to save you.
Exactly.
What do you think, Tim?
He's really good, actually. He is. Yeah. Like, first 5 minutes in the car, and he's like doing pretty damn good. So, yeah. And the car looks good.
So much smoke. I love those BMW M3 style mirrors. It looks so cool. It has this like little wing at the top. You know what I'm talking about. Dude, that sounds like a HTS fucking beast.
Alright, now for the fun part. Little anti-lag. Alright,
you ready? Dude, it's so loud out here. I've never been outside of this car with anti-lag on.
I was about to say it.
It's so loud.
Payback, mother.
Dude, I'm always on the inside, and I'm like, this is so sick, and everybody's plugging their ears, but now I understand why. Dude, that's insanely loud.
God.
So sick.
Can I do one more little clip or two more? Two more laps.
On the Revolta? There's a delivery going on it? Oh man. Oh man, oh man.
It is happening. SpaceX has. It is happening. SpaceX has announced Starship Flight 6 for November 18th. Today we'll dedicate an entire episode to what you can expect from this flight. What will be different? Will SpaceX push the boundaries of what's possible further? And most importantly, will they prepare for orbit with this flight? My name is Felix. Welcome to What About It?
Shit, that's
dive
fucking
right
close.
in. Starship updates. This week has been densely packed, and with Starship's 6th orbital flight test confirmed only to be a week away, we know why. To build excitement for this next flight, SpaceX released a recap for the
This
previous
is
one that
fucking
included
amazing.
some amazing, never before seen footage. Because of just how incredible this flight was, we have
In 1
already
week,
seen
we're gonna
quite a
see
bit of
another
footage.
launch.
However, there are a few things in here that we haven't seen yet, and because SpaceX decided to upload it to YouTube, it's now
What's gonna
all
be the
in
next
forward.
test?
The first incredible scene is this beautiful view of the ship's hot staging. This looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, with the blue glow of the engines shining right at the camera and propelling the ship away as the booster flips around. For the first time, you can also see the Raptor movement just after hot staging. Can you see them gimbal into their neutral position? This is because during hot staging, those center engines are pointed outward so that less force and heat is applied straight down onto the hot staging ring. Once that is done, the center engines gimbal back into the middle. This is a very interesting insight into how hot staging works on starships. And that wasn't the only amazing view. Arguably, one even more impressive is an onboard shot of the ship. Only this time, it's just after splashdown. The submersible Starship. Here you can see just how successful this splashdown really was, with water rushing over the flap right in front of the camera just after the ship hits the water. The shot just shortly after shows the camera fully submerged. This shot was likely taken at least 5 to 10 meters underwater. All of this is only the start, as Flight 6 is now only days away, so you know what that means. SpaceX just released their new timeline for the next Starship flight. Let's check out what we have to look forward to. What are the changes? What's the goal? Seeing how the license for this flight was already granted by the FAA due to its similar flight path to the last one, you'd think this would be a repeat of Flight 5. And while it is in some aspects, others are completely different. Firstly, we now have a time. The Starship is set to fly at 4 p.m. Central Starbase time on Monday the 18th.
At 4
An
p.m.
afternoon launch. Maybe even more
Thank you,
importantly,
Eli.
there's daylight available for another very important part of the launch. More on that later. Starting on the ground, we can see that SpaceX has once again decided to change its fueling procedures for the ship and booster. Interestingly, the time it takes for SpaceX to load the booster and the ship has once again increased. But why? For the first 3 flights, the time it took to load the booster and the ship was decreased. This has multiple purposes, the primary among them being reduced boil-off. Because the longer it takes to load the vehicle, the longer propellants are left without being used. Because these propellants need to stay at cryogenic temperatures, there is inevitably boil-off, caused by the propellants heating up and needing to be vented to prevent an overpressure event. This can be extremely wasteful. While SpaceX has ways to reduce the amount of boil-off during propellant loading, it can still be expensive, so every second is money wasted. In the grand scheme of the Starship program, this amount is negligible. But as SpaceX wants to launch Starships as often as airliners fly, it can become significant. These increases in fueling time are hopefully just temporary, as SpaceX expands the fuel farm to connect with Pad B. We should begin to see these numbers go back down for later flights.
Both the ship and booster now begin propellant loading around a minute earlier, with the only exception being the ship's fuel, which still starts at T-minus 49 minutes and 50 seconds. The completion time for propellant load remains the same. All loading is completed at T-minus 2 minutes and 50 seconds. After that, at T-minus 30 seconds comes the final go for flight from ground control. Yes. 20 seconds later, the flame deflector activates with water jetting out in all directions. Shortly after, the engines start, then at T-minus 0, Starship is yet again off on a history-making flight. But before I tell you about that, we've looked into our channel metrics and there are over 2 million returning monthly viewers who have not subscribed yet. We just hit 500,000 subscribers. 500,000 of you help us improve the channel even further by double-checking that you've hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our updates. While you're at it, give us a like and become a wise supporter. Why? Because you'll gain access to a massive amount of extra content. With it, you get access to daily new Starbase photo galleries, including all those we've posted so far. Satellite, aerial, and ground photos, more than 400 posts in the past 2 years alone, with up to 7 picture galleries per week, insights, chats with me, you name it. Thank you so much, you rock. Now back to Flight 6, paving the way to the stars. When it lifts off, this flight will mark quite a few milestones, including the fastest turnaround time between launches, just 1 month and 5 days. Interestingly, this means that when Starship launches for the 6th time, it will officially have the fastest Super Heavy lift rocket turnaround time ever. You might think that Starship would have already had this, given its quick turnaround time of just 3 months between Flight 3 and 4. However, the Saturn V actually had a turnaround time of just about 2 months on a few Apollo missions. Apollo 9 to 10 was 2 months and 15 days, and Apollo 10 to 11 was 1 month and 28 days. So this will actually be the first time Starship is launching with a faster turnaround time. This shows the progress that SpaceX has been making, but it is also a good reminder of just how quickly NASA was able to move back in the 1960s. Keeping the comparisons, another interesting note is that the Saturn V's 6th flight was actually Apollo 11, the first mission to land people on the moon. This also goes to show the difference between the two programs and just how much time SpaceX is putting into testing Starship to make sure it's perfect for carrying its first payload. Alright, let's get back to launch now, because the real excitement happens after liftoff. The initial liftoff stays the same, with the booster following what should be an almost identical course to the previous flight, with the first difference coming at MECO, or most engines cut off. All but the 3 center engines are cut off at 2 minutes and 32 seconds. That's a second sooner compared to Flight 5. Considering how small this change is time-wise, it may be a result of reduced ship weight. Getting slim. After all, SpaceX did remove quite a few tiles from the ship, and this 1 second sooner cutoff could be to compensate for that. This could also be due to an increased amount of thrust from the booster, as SpaceX is known to perform iterative design on the engines. We can also see that hot staging takes place just a second sooner for this flight as well. This is about 7 seconds after MECO and is likely a small upgrade following lessons learned from the last flight. After that, the booster immediately flips around, and then at T plus 2 minutes and 44 seconds, the middle ring of 10 engines reignites to send the booster back to the pad. Woohoo! Here we go! Oh. It appears SpaceX decided to speed up the flip maneuver again for this, as the boost back burn begins just 5 seconds after the hot stage. This is closer to what SpaceX had before Flight 5, which took 7 seconds. Before we continue with the flight timeline, let's talk about an artwork I recently received. Today's episode is brought to you by the Mars Gallery, where 3D artists with over 20 years of CG experience and a passion for space exploration came together to create stunning limited edition prints. I'm here to share a look at one of these incredible artworks as I unbox and reveal the fine details up close. This is one of 3 pieces in their initial series titled Occupy Mars. It is really cool. And each piece is available in the print-only option or with a black or white frame. Utilizing top-tier production methods favored by artists and professional photographers, the Mars Gallery ensures each piece is crafted with the highest quality. Every piece comes with a certificate of authentication, and there is even an option to add an NFT, making it a truly unique addition to your collection. And it doesn't stop there. The entire production process is carbon-free, reflecting the Mars Gallery's commitment to sustainability. Whether with a visually striking image, a selfie capturing a long-awaited reunion, or an inspiring human exploration scene, these AI-enhanced pieces bring the beauty of space right into your home. Finally, let's see how this piece fits into a living space. See for yourself why, and get one of the Mars Gallery's limited editions with my discount code Y15 for 15% off each piece. Also remember to sign up at www.themarsgallery.com for exclusive discounts and to be the first to know about their future releases. The Mars Gallery, space in every pixel. Stand out from the rest, Y15 at checkout. Alright, back to Starship Flight 6 and the booster journey. The booster then burns for 54 seconds, which is 1 second shorter than Flight 5, before cutting its engines and jettisoning its hot staging ring to splash down in the Gulf of Mexico. It'll be fished out later to prevent any environmental issues. Hopefully it didn't hit any...
An AR-15 assault rifle found at a Manhattan subway station. A maintenance worker found it yesterday inside a trash can at the Cortlandt Street station. The weapon was on the platform.
So New York has spent all year
Home. It's comfortable. It's secure. The things you love and cherish are there. It's where you want to be when you need care, support, and assistance. And you deserve that. By supporting pro-home healthcare policies,
Good morning,
we can
good
ensure they remain
morning.
accessible in Connecticut. Thanks to state leaders for improving home healthcare, it's making a difference. Don't stop now. Our state's home healthcare future depends on you.
Wow, everyone's on.
Aluminum-free deodorant for kids, feet, and more isn't a myth. It's native. Meat? What's this though? Try Native. Aluminum-free deodorant with dual actives to help neutralize odor all day. Clean, simple, effective odor protection isn't a myth. It's Native. Oh, aluminum-free deodorant for all day odor protection isn't a myth. It's Native.
trying to rid the subway of criminal activity and make it safe, but that hasn't happened. And in addition to finding weapons in trash cans, assaults and robberies down here still remain uncomfortably high, which is why ridership remains stubbornly low, with levels still lower than what they were back in 2019. And as for the riders which do use the subway, well, many of them simply aren't paying for it.
What to do about those who ride for free? Why can't they pay?
That is money that could be used to invest in infrastructure.
MTA officials are cracking down on fare evasion on the subways and on the commuter trains. By their own estimates, the agency loses roughly $700 million to fare evasion every year.
You do worry, that somebody's gonna be on trains, gonna be violent, gonna be yelling. I mean, the other day we had a guy just mopping violently.
The state comptroller's new report says the pause in congestion pricing created a $211 million gap, one that could dramatically increase in the coming years.
And system deteriorating and then service deteriorating are the two outcomes that could happen over time if they don't get that funding.
We either increase fares dramatically or we cut service. Both terrible, terrible options.
Video tonight of police arresting a man with a loaded gun on a subway staircase.
Yeah, this is scary stuff. As the man had fallen asleep with the weapon in plain view.
I feel a little scared. I'm not far from home, so I'm okay. I do fear for my safety.
So as the subway becomes more and more violent, the idea of giving it more and more money is becoming less popular. But what nobody's talking about is if our leaders push through a plan to do just that, either by decreasing service or increasing fares or both, even less people are going to pay to use the subway, and it's going to continue to get worse. Because if the subway being dangerous and crime-ridden wasn't bad enough, as it stands now, the $2.90 fare needed to enter is very expensive for the horrible, unreliable service one will surely receive down here. Trains are late around 25% of the time on average, and delays are only increasing as this place goes unmaintained and just gets rustier and rustier on a daily basis. But here's the thing, the subway system is losing money, and to fix it, our leaders are only giving us a couple of choices. Option 1 is to raise fares and cut service. Or option 2, institute the controversial congestion pricing plan, which would tax cars $15 a day just for driving, to subsidize our subway, which can't seem to run correctly, even though it gets $20 billion a year to look like this. But the real reason this whole system is failing is so simple. Our tax-addicted progressive leaders can't seem to put their finger on it. The people riding it don't all pay to use it. And the losses from fare evasion add up to $700 million per year, which is only $300 million less than the $1 billion their congestion pricing scheme was supposed to provide, and is more than double the amount of their recent budget shortfall, revealing that the fix for the subway's money problems could happen tomorrow if we'd install more evasion-resistant gates and start arresting those who try to ride the trains for free. But as you're about to see, punishing criminals isn't a progressive solution to anything, especially crime. And that's why our leaders have decided to berate us into accepting highly controversial policies that are just going to make all of the problems down here worse. So I found an evasion-resistant subway entrance right here at 42nd Street at the bus terminal, but there's also another entrance here at the bus terminal that people seem to just break into all day long. No one's ever watching it, yet every couple of minutes someone's going in without paying. And as you look around, it should be pretty obvious that the city really needs the millions of dollars it loses every single year to fare evasion. And the people running the subway are right. The system's only going to get worse if they don't figure out a way to get that money. Yet none of those plans revolve around getting the money to fix the subway from the people who use the subway without paying for it.
The state comptroller's new report says the pause in congestion pricing created a $211 million gap, one that could dramatically increase in the coming years.
The system deteriorating and then service deteriorating are the two outcomes that could happen over time if they don't get that funding.
So before we get into how much money the MTA who runs the subway says they need and says they don't know how to get, you've got to understand that what we're talking about here, the real problem with the subway is that it's not a self-sustaining operation. And that's because the amount of money that the system brings in through fares is not enough to fix it and keep it operating. If this were a private business, it would have closed decades ago. But it's not, so they don't have to think like a private business. Which explains how they can lose $700 million a year across the subway, the bus, and the tolls and bridges, and still be here. But since the system operates this way, the only way to get more money is to pressure our elected officials into giving it to them, which means higher taxes, new fees, congestion pricing maybe. But the problem is that like most of the money that comes from fees and taxes, when you give it to the
So windy outside.
they're just gonna waste it. And that perfectly explains how 10 years ago the budget to run this place was about half what it is today. Today it's $20 billion. It used to be around $13 billion. And the equipment down here is exactly the same, except for these new evasion-resistant gates, which don't work if someone wants to crawl under them. They've got these new barriers to keep you from putting your hands on it and bracing yourself as you hop over, which is a big improvement. After all, if you do want to steal from the subway, you are going to have to crawl across the ground on your hands and knees, which never gets cleaned, possibly making the ground here a little cleaner as your clothing picks up some of the dirt that was down there. But since the costs to operate the MTA that runs the subway have doubled over the last 10 years, what's to say that won't happen again over the next 10 years? And that's probably what's going to happen. There are people who say you could give the MTA endless amounts of money and they'll never get things
Oh
running
my
the way
God,
they
who's
should.
that redhead?
Keep their promises, and we're never going to have a modern public transit system. Yet because the subway is pivotal to life in New York, it can never close. It will always justify getting more money by the fact that it exists and that people use it to get to work. But since the money to run this place comes from all of us, it's never going to be in a situation where it's got to do things correctly or profitably. And as you're about to see, since the subway exists for the betterment of New York City, our leaders don't really have the heart to crack down on fare evasion the way that they should.
MTA Chair and CEO Janno Lieber said
Oh my god. If that's what you look like, I'm down. Wow. That's a sweet piece of gear right there. What is that? A DAC? Not for sale, it says. Ever Solo? Where's an amp? DAC. What's that? Oh, those are all DACs right there. gorgeous screen on the front. Window on the top. Dude, that was so delicious. Like you, baby cakes. Oh my god, there's 18 gorgeous goddesses in here. You're gonna give me a boner. It's Taco Tuesday, but I'm not getting any tacos. It's a lot of work to make tacos. You know me, I'm a fucking chef, so like I make my own food. 'Cause you know, there's a lot of germs out there. Alright, I'll be right back.
So that was the signature, so okay. Right. So next up is carpet. So we do use the cables, escalators, stables, screening cable, and cables. And another cable that we've that's why we use this. We get about 6 years now, and it's called power supply. It's also an upgrade for the power supply. There's a DC cable between them. We do one that is to screening and cables. It's based on the shoreline. That's why I use it. So it's still very proper. And then got full screen. So we'll do a track. That's it to the cable. And then I'll fill it out and break it from the allocated strip. Okay, so what should I do? Same one. Going against what was it? Playing the same one, alright. So this is what we discussed, this is cable. Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we get a couple of very interesting bodybuilding updates. The first one is from Nick Walker with an update of his legs. And you guys know that as far as body parts, that's Nick's weakest body part. And recently he started growing again. For some reason, as he says, he lost a lot of muscle during his prep for the Mr. Olympia. How did that happen? Don't ask me. He was like 280 at the end of it, and he didn't lose weight, but he lost muscle underneath. I guess the only explanation would be that his gear was actually fake, and he got a better source now, but I don't know. Anyways, here we can see his legs, and also you can see the comments basically on every single post of Nick Walker. One says, yeah, that's what you're good at. Instagram, bro loves to yap. The next one is kind of more positive. It says, we walking and ain't talking anymore. But overall, basically, on every post he makes, or every time I make a video about him, there is a whole bunch of negative comments. People are still not letting go of what happened this year, him pulling out of Mr. Olympia. I don't know for how long will this last. Usually these things don't last this long, but people are not letting go of it. I guess it's going to take people a little bit longer to forget that he's Mr. Olympia. And I'm pretty sure after he does a show and does well and wins, things are going to change, unless it's a controversial win and he barely.
Hope you're having a great day.
So if Nick wants to,
Thanks for hanging out.
Get his fans back, get back the respect of the fans, and if he wants to regain his integrity, basically, he needs to do really well at the next show he does. And he plans on doing multiple shows, not just one show. He kind of wants to compete more often, try and do something like Samson Dauda is doing. So I'm pretty sure next year people are going to forget all about this year and the year before. Him pulling out of 2 Mr. Olympias and also not looking his best at the New York Pro. But in order to make this shift with his fans, he needs to actually look good. I mean, actually not just good. He needs to look insane. He needs to look much, much better than ever before if he wants people to really love him again. So he needs to work on improving certain body parts, certain parts of his physique, like his midsection, and the big one would be his legs, his quads. Now we know he's working with Kyle Wilkes. He has a new coach. How will this play out? We still have to wait and see how good of a job will Kyle Wilkes do with Nick Walker. But we also know that Nick is working closely with Jared Feder, and that's kind of the guy you should go with today, in this day and age. I mean, Charles Glass was awesome back in the day, but he's getting too old, and like his techniques and his philosophies are very, very old school. I don't want to say outdated. Then you have also
good afternoon.
Chris Psycho Lewis, who is basically a student
it's
of Charles
still not
Glass.
Afternoon.
Then you have also
2
Noah
minutes
Schwartz
it will
with
be,
his
I
giant
think.
sets, but he's also like in his 60s. So we have a couple of new school guys, and Jared Feder is one of them. And I think with the help of Jared and his knowledge, also in combination with the new coach, Kyle Wilkes, and also Jared and Kyle are sort of working together, making everything
If you're
fit,
gorgeous.
the diet, the gear, and the training. And I think with this new team, this
Ooh.
new camp that Nick has,
Alana has
I think he's
goddess
gonna make
in her
progress. I
name.
think he's more driven than ever. He has something to prove again. And I think all these
If you're
drive
gorgeous
and all this
and you're a
negative energy,
11 out
I
of
think he's going
10,
to utilize it
hit
and
me
actually
up
get
as soon as
better than ever.
possible.
As far as his legs right now, are they bigger? I think they are getting better. I think they are improving.
Well,
I
thank
think they're
you,
moving
Emily.
in the right direction.
I
But
appreciate it.
it's
I'm
gonna take him a
trying.
little bit longer to actually make some significant improvement. It's not going to happen overnight. He just started his new
You know, it's
cycle,
not easy
and that's
being
why he's
Thor,
not going to be
you
doing the
know?
Iron Classic because he wants to do something later in the year.
It's just a
so
job.
he can actually have more time to improve.
That
To
is
get
not
his midsection
for
under
everyone.
control and to improve the legs. And that's basically all he needs to do. And get in condition, of course. If he nails those 3 things, he's gonna be.
But
very,
somebody's
very
gotta
good
fucking
again.
do
I would
it,
say
right?
One of the top guys, top 3 guys.
So
in the
here
Mr.
I am,
Olympia. If everything goes well for Nick
back.
Walker next year, I think I can see him in the top 3 call out in the Mr. Olympia with Samson Dauda and Martin Fitzwater.
I feel amazing. I look
The final
good.
phase means nothing stays at the Now Furnishing store closing sale in South Windsor. The owner is retiring. Every stick of fine furniture must be liquidated immediately. Management's orders are to sell it all and
Wish it
sell it
wasn't so
fast
damn
during this
windy
final phase,
outside.
regardless of cost.
We could be out
Regardless of
there.
loss. Many items sold at even below cost. Everything is in stock and ready to go. Take it home today or take fast delivery. You pay pennies on the dollar during the final phase at Now Furnishing, Glendale Road, Route 5.
I gotta go
South
food
Windsor. After
shopping
35 years, we're
soon. I
closing
gotta
the
get
store
steaky
forever.
wakey.
Steven Barbarino.
I'm gonna get some more black beans.
Huge savings event. Up to $3,600 extra great savings. Every Toyota stock order will have huge savings. Hurry now through Monday. Reserve your 24 Land Cruiser. Call 860-584-7333. Steven Toyota Cadillac Buick GMC Route 6, Bristol.
Ba-ba-doo-ba.
Alright, since we're talking about the legs, we also got a physique update, a leg update, basically from Mike Sommerfeld. Now this guy is
Those are
a classic
fucking
guy,
huge
right?
legs.
Who would have thought? When you look at him right here in the off season, he doesn't look like a classic guy at all. He doesn't look like he's doing classic physique. He definitely looks like a bodybuilder. I mean, I'm competing in classic physique. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to compete in trying to get my pro card. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, man, I have a long way to go to get to this level of muscularity. It's one thing winning a pro card, but being a pro, a top pro like this, man, this is another level. Look at the size of his freaking legs. This is kind of
Yeah, they're
to be
big.
honest. Like when Classic Physique came out back in 2016, I was like, oh, thank God, I can't do open bodybuilding. I can do this smaller division. But these guys are not small at all. I mean, yeah, they're not the size of open bodybuilders, but they're not that far behind. I mean, look at the Mike's legs right here and tell me they are not bigger than Nick's legs from the front. I mean, maybe if Nick
They
stood
kinda
next
look
to Mike
it.
right here, maybe it would look different, but I don't know.
I don't know
Maybe it actually
either.
wouldn't. I mean, I wish this guy was doing Prague Pro as well. If
Intel says they're fixing their CPUs. Apple tells us why they put the power button on the bottom. And if you wanted a 9800X3D, I've got bad news for you. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your breakfast. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. We're going to start off today talking about some promises that Intel's making with regards to their recent Arrow Lake launch. It's been a bit of a disappointment for a lot of people, both in gaming and productivity, as well as just the general consensus about whether or not it's worth it. But in a recent interview, Robert Halleck of Intel talked about the things that they might be changing moving forward to make this CPU better, specifically saying that there were some BIOS and OS level settings that were causing some havoc and made it so that their gaming performance didn't match their internal testing numbers, especially when it came to things like latency. Some reviewers had extra latency that needs to be fixed, or the regression in gaming performance isn't what Intel saw, but they recognize that that did happen out in the real world for a lot of people. So Robert Halleck saying he can't go into details yet, but that they've identified a series of multi-factor issues at
Multiverse?
the OS BIOS level. And the launch didn't go as planned, but there should potentially be some sort of fix out for this by the end of this month or potentially early in December. And it just appears to be something that could be adjusted in Windows, kind of like what we saw with AMD's Ryzen 9000 launch. That actually had a very similar situation where it underperformed what AMD promised, mostly because the operating system wasn't playing nice. As soon as Windows 11 24H
It is
came out,
so
we saw
windy
massive
out.
performance improvements both in Ryzen 9000 as well as the previous chips that AMD had released. And so maybe there's something like that going on here with Intel's Arrow Lake launch. Now, I will just bring it up to say that there's been a lot of talk lately that I've seen about why are AMD and Intel not working that closely hand in hand with a company like Microsoft to make sure everything's ready to go on launch. Both AMD and Intel's launches appear to have been plagued by the fact that Windows just simply was not ready for their new architecture, and this is something that's just not getting handled behind the scenes. So it's a little confusing.
At that moment,
maybe it gets better in the future,
I was going
or
to
we
say,
just
I
continue
love
to struggle
you.
with these poor launches that Microsoft will fix later
I
on after
love
Intel and
you,
AMD realize that's the
goddess.
large problem.
I created Josh Sellers as a tribute to my dad, Josh. As a lumberjack, Dad had his share of dirt work. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort to make delicious wine. My dad wouldn't have had it any other way.
But while you're waiting for Intel's Arrow Lake setup, you know what you don't have to wait for? Today's video sponsor. The holiday season is officially here. Today's sponsor, AliExpress, is coming in hot with their Double 11 mega sale. With already offering free shipping, free returns, and better choices at better prices, it was hard to imagine how they could provide better deals, but they did. During the sale, you can find offerings up to 90% off site-wide from November 8th to November 18th. Like we picked up the Goffolk Subaru 34-inch 144Hz ultra-wide monitor and the Divu D2 Pro Retro Pixel Art portable Bluetooth speaker, both of which will be at their lowest prices possible. The Subaru monitor is a 1440p 1500R curved gaming monitor featuring Adaptasync, 99 sRGB color gamut coverage, and a 144Hz refresh rate. This thing is great to game on. Movement is smooth, colors are rich, and the ultra-wide curved display really helps with feeling immersed in your gameplay. With a peak brightness of 400 nits for HDR content, this monitor is a huge bang for your buck package. When you don't want to display content in the ultra-wide format, this monitor also features PVP and PIP intelligent dual split screen technology, so it's great for staying productive as well. Our other pickup from AliExpress was the Divoom D2 Pro Pixel Art Bluetooth speaker. Coming in this cool little case, the Divoom D2 Pro delivers an immersive audio experience with crisp, robust sound in a compact and portable device. Being portable, it also must be durable, which it is, being constructed out of high-quality, eco-friendly materials. With the added layer of protection by carrying the speaker in its case, this little guy has no problem traveling around with you. Probably the most striking feature of the speaker is the pixel art interface. This interface can either show a custom design you've created or one of the many pre-made screens their app has to choose from. Regardless of what you choose, this thing undeniably makes a great addition to your desk. With tons of other features like being a sleep aid or an alarm clock, this little thing will be super fun to explore and customize for yourself when you pick up one during AliExpress's Double 11 mega sale. Again, this sale is running from November 8th to November 18th, and you'll be able to find offerings of up to 90% off, as well as save a little extra with one of our many coupon codes, which you can find in the description below, along with the links to the products we featured. Also, if you download the AliExpress app now, you can enter the Dollar Challenge for a chance to win $3,000 in shopping credits or $10,000 in flight credits. Thanks to AliExpress for sponsoring today's video. And while I'm excited for AliExpress's Double 11 deal, I'm also excited for the future of thermal paste, because researchers have come out and found a way to make liquid
I think I can get away with wearing shorts.
Various different components, specifically
it is cold outside.
Aluminum nitride, which allowed them to get
but I think I can wear shorts.
Off-the-shelf liquid metal thermal paste to
I'll have to check
56 to 72% lower resistance than the way that the liquid metal comes straight out of the tube. This is coming out of the University of Texas, and one of the reasons they're talking about this is specifically with things like AI data centers and all of the power that they're consuming, and how a lot of power actually has to be dedicated to the cooling section of these servers. And if you can make the heat transfer between the part you're trying to cool and the cooler itself, you can actually make the system more efficient overall.
I love you.
And make it better.
Thanks for hanging out.
In terms of just total power consumption.
Don't forget to eat healthy salad today.
But what I would like to see is obviously being able to put this on a desktop CPU. We probably don't need it right now with something like a 9800 X3D, but it'd be neat. However, just remember that warranties do get voided. This is actually an article that got published over on Tom's Hardware a couple days ago.
And lots of water.
With the 13th and 14th gen Intel issues that are going on, they're not actually honoring warranties if you've used liquid metal, and it erases the numbers and the details that are actually on the processor, which has been a long-standing warranty thing. AMD, Intel both kind of do the same thing. If they can't identify the actual CPU, it makes it hard for them to do that. So just liquid metal at your own risk.
At Danco Modern, our salespeople don't work on commission, and it really does make a difference.
Oh, we're fusing things into liquid metal. Tongfeng is fusing modular pieces into their laptops. Yes, we have another modular GPU laptop situation. This one's slightly different from Framework and kind of harkens back to a standard was known as MXM back in the day, where you had these swappable GPUs that you could potentially put into gaming laptops. Never really went anywhere. Companies stopped supporting it, and Tongfeng announcing their GX 2.0 modular laptop, which has a discrete RTX 4060 that's not soldered to the main board, It's connected to some sort of bridge board that allows you to potentially change it out, swap it out, upgrade it later on down the line. Obviously, this requires support from Tongfeng.
That is so dumb.
Later on, it's not a standard. I'm excited to see it. I like to see
No one's
there's
gonna
more
do that.
modularity and more support moving forward.
Modularity is
Obviously,
cool,
you have to
but
make
for a
sure
whole
that the
fucking
support is
like
there later on, which you
big
can't
ass
actually
system,
know
but not
when
for a
buying
fucking
laptop. I mean, you had
not
things
for a
like
fucking
MSI's
laptop.
upgrade program where they said you could upgrade your GPU if you bought something like their MSI Titan, and then they just shut down that program because NXM became a dead platform. So not necessarily something to trust, but neat technology
There you
that's
go.
out there. And in case you trust YouTube, don't worry, they're going to change things around. It's being reported that YouTube is adding TikTok
If it failed the first time, it's probably going to fail the second
This
time.
obviously applies if you're watching on your phone or some sort of mobile device like a tablet, and
It's
it makes
not
it so
always
that
like
when you're in
that,
full
though.
screen and you swipe up, it moves on to a new video as opposed to the way it was before, which was to actually make it so that the player got smaller so that you could see things like the description or the comments. You'll now have to change your gestures. This is currently just a test that YouTube's doing, but likely in the way of them trying to make sure people get more and more watch time on this platform. Fewer and fewer decisions need to be made by the people who are actually consuming, and that makes it so that the platform wins overall, but you as the consumer loses a little bit of autonomy. But let's talk about Amazon drivers losing a little bit of autonomy, because it's being reported by Reuters that Amazon is working on augmented reality glasses for their drivers to wear, which would allow them to be monitored by Amazon and everything that they do, but also give them the ability to have
RX muscle is on.
as they navigate.
Home. It's comfortable. It's secure. The things you love and cherish are there.
What a great day. People already fucking messaging. Oh, that's right. I can message from my other account. I love After Hours. That's what I was saying. I love
we're
After
back
Hours.
for another exciting episode of After Hours with the Whack Pack. Of course, I'm Dave Palumbo, joined by John Romano and the entire.
Yeah.
Where is the rest of the Whack Pack?
The ones that count are here.
That's right. The most potent ones. Are here,
Right.
Yeah.
It's all the
What's
guys in
funny
black
is that Greg's in the chat, but he's not on the show. That's the funny thing.
You probably can't do both at the same time.
Yeah. I think he's getting his new gallbladder removed. So he got.
His gallbladder grew back.
He went for stem cells. He didn't know it. It grew back, and now he has to get it taken out again. So, I always wondered that if you got like a new, let's say you have your gallbladder removed, and you get stem cells in the future, and they can grow back the organ. Like, is it genetically programmed to will it have a problem again? Just because that's your genetics.
That's a good question.
Right.
There's a girl that I know. She's I don't know what she does, that wrestling crap. But
Yeah.
anyways, she's getting cosmetic surgery all the time, and she got cosmetic surgery at some surgeon center in Beverly Hills, and they gave her stem cells. I thought you couldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they're doing it there.
Yeah, but you know what they did? They can do adult stem cells in this country. But the problem with adult stem cells, which people don't realize, is we have stem cells in our body. They can harvest them from your bone marrow in your hip. Like they did that when I had my ankle surgery, or they can do it from fat cells. But the problem is that adult stem cells are not very potent. They're not there's nothing better than the embryonic ones, because they're the most willing to turn into other things, and they're much more effectual.
What about the umbilical ones?
Yeah, the umbilical and the embryonic ones, those are the ones you want, because it's like young blood is better than old blood type of thing, And so
We're gonna have some music though.
Can do something to some degree if they, but not to the degree of the ones that you're getting from like cord blood or anything like that. And so that's why just the term of getting stem cells doesn't necessarily mean you're getting the right one. Speaking of plastic surgery, though, Larry, I was watching this horrifying
stressful about, and we've said this before, all these women that get the fillers in their face, they go back every 6 months to get them refilled because ostensibly the body eats up the filler, right? Well, they're doing like MRI studies of people's faces, these women's faces, and they're finding that that's not the case. There's like 96, 96 like shots still worth of filler in their face, like 5 years after they test them. So the stuff's not going away. What it's doing is moving around, and it's like their faces are spraying out. And even in people who do mild amounts of filler, it's happening. Now, the good thing is that they can dissolve the filler to some degree. They put hyaluronic acid in there, believe it or not, and it dissolves it. But a lot of these women, their faces are like completely like mushing around. You can watch some of these women online, they can actually move the filler around. It's not good.
So there's one I gave
that got me
nauseous. In fact, she had the lips done, and she was really good looking, except the lips, they were like rubber.
Right.
And they were, I don't know if you put too much in or if you got scar tissue or what, but they were like, looked like clown lips.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I think that like 20 years from now, when we figure out better ways to like rejuvenate the face, we're gonna look back on the filler era and we're gonna be like, what a bunch of nutcases we were. Putting this stuff in our face, it just looked terrible. Like, we're gonna make fun of that generation for years and years and years to come, I know it.
Yeah, we are. It just shows you the extremes that people will go to do this stuff, though.
Right.
The girl that I told you, that when they got the stem cell, she's had her lips removed, she's had her jaw redone, she's got her cheeks redone, like she's doing completely redone.
I've been listening to y'all's conversation, and the fillers, like, one of my best friends is a plastic surgeon, and he refuses. A lot of these girls, what they'll do, they'll go around to all these different plastic the fillers, and the honest ones was like, will be like, no, I'm not going to do this. You look ridiculous. And they will just go to another one that's less qualified that will inject them. The whole lip thing is, a lip. I don't know any guys that like the lip filler. I don't know any guys that likes that lip filler. I don't know if it's the girl that's had a bunch of filler. It's hard to feel it. But yeah, my plastic surgeon friend, when he does all these fillers and stuff too, it does move around. And then I did filler one time underneath my eyes because my eyes, when you bodybuild over the years, you get hollowed out, you lose all the fat in your face, and it like went down, and we had to dissolve it with the hyaluronic acid,
I was just talking about that you can dissolve it away with the hyaluronic acid,
And you look at someone like a Michael Hearn versus I made a video the other day about like a Michael Hearn versus like a Hugh Jackman, which are the same age. And Hugh Jackman has the wrinkles and all that, and he looks good. It's like later self-age. Michael Hearn, he's got the lip fillers now. You can see that and all that.
Yeah, someone was just mentioning that in the chat. Is that true?
Yeah, he's got Michael Hearn's got the lip fillers now. Looks
I didn't know that. Yeah.
You guys see that Jax guy? Did you know that Jax, that biggest influencer guy, who passed away? Who? Jax. On Instagram, it's I am Jax. Jackson Tips. I'll send it today. This guy was so he passed away.
Oh, I know that guy. He died.
Yeah.
When?
This guy, I guess just yesterday. So this guy used to just send me, I didn't know him, and he would just send messages like, excuse me, dude, like, I love your content, your great inspiration, like, just the nicest guy.
Not the nicest, he used to send me too. Holy shit, you're right.
The nicest guy ever. And then you look at all his content, and it's all super inspirational about mental health, about, I really care about people, why people negative and this and this. So I'm not sure, if he was struggling with mental health himself or he was, drug addiction. A lot of these younger guys, I did a podcast it's like Nile. It's got a lot of younger guys, young LA crew and all that. But these younger guys, they go on there and they admit on staying on trim year round. This guy was on like 3 years, but it's a normal trend now to stay on trim for years and years straight. They don't come off.
Xavier said it was a heart attack, by the way, and like, he was friends with the guy.
God, 30 years old and you get a heart attack?
Was he in Turkey getting hair transplants, Xavier? Let's get Xavier on the show. I'm gonna send you a link. Are you awake?
I'm sure he is, but
it's sad the guy was
so nice.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
yeah, that guy used to email, Instagram me all the time too. Yes,
yeah, I mean, he was nothing but positive. You know, it's sad.
Heart attack. 30 years old. Jeez.
Like I said, John, I think these guys, like, he was pretty thin, but, you know, he was fit. These guys are staying on partners year round. Anavar, Trend, Mastron, they're doing it year round. They don't come off. I consult with a lot of these young guys, and I don't work with them because there's nothing you can do with them to make them better because they're so burnt out on taking all this stuff year round. Because you got to understand, we're different. We used to have an off season. We would get puffy, whatever. You know, we didn't care. They would be pre-contest. Now they have to be on social media constantly, so they're insecure about. And I understand about being lean all the time, about being in shape all the time. And even though they don't have the best genetics, you know, he was probably taking stuff year round. And because I know other guys like this that they don't look like they do, but they're taking Tren and other stuff year round. And if they weren't, they would just be like extremely skinny. So
Who is
it's
that?
really sad.
He's an influencer.
He just died. He was an influencer.
He used to Instagram
guy.
me all the time. And I didn't, he wanted to come on the show, and I kept saying, yeah, we got to make it happen. And I never got a chance to do it. I feel terrible. I know he's from Australia, so that's why I think Lee and Xavier know him, you know, but,
Well, wait a minute. He looks familiar to me. Is he, what's his name?
Jack.
He used to be a girl, now he's a guy. No, just kidding, Greg.
He's Australian, and, you know, he's nothing but nice. I've never heard this guy online say anything negative at all. He's always about me.
Yeah, he's a very positive guy.
Yeah,
right.
extremely positive. It's sad.
What did he die?
Heart attack.
Oh, jeez, at 30 years old?
Yes. Yeah, he was in Turkey. I don't know what he was doing in Turkey, but could have been getting hair.
He always wore a hat, so I'm thinking a hair transplant.
Yeah, it's probably.
He died in Turkey?
Yeah. They need money to get his body back here and get it back to his
fuck. Oh my god, that's horrible.
I'm telling you guys, these guys take diuretics.
For the hair transplant?
I don't know if he went there for a transplant, but he was in Turkey. I'm assuming. Why else do you go to Turkey?
There has to be something.
That's crazy. He died like
Fred,
vacation.
these guys take diuretics just to go on podcasts so they look lean. They take diuretics on the weekends when they go out to look lean because they're so obsessed with not having their faces, you know, bloated. Like, who cares? Like, it's different air now.
Back in the 90s, Flex Wheeler and Tom Prince, they took diuretics just for a photo shoot or anything.
Oh,
Not photo shoots.
But to go out on the weekend, fuck, you go to the goddamn sound factory, you're going to dehydrate anyway. Guys will go 20 pounds lighter. You know what I'm saying?
Milos will say, like, before he goes on podcast, he takes some Thai's diet because he wants his face to be thinner. He says, yeah. You know?
Milos of all people. When you're an old guy and you take a diet, it probably helps your heart. It's probably not bad for you. But these young people,
right.
Jimmy the Bull needs diet every day, probably.
Who knows what they're really taking because they're probably not getting it prescribed. They're probably getting it all sort of, I'll take it. You don't have diets that I'll take Lasix. Okay, they take Lasix. And these guys are crazy, man. I'm telling you, I consult with these young influencer type guys, and they're nuts. They will take anything. They'll take anything not knowing where it came from. They'll just take it.
Sounds like Mexico.
What's booger sugar? You ever have booger sugar? What happened? Cocaine. Armand's our resident expert on
he's our translator for the new generation.
I've never even tried cocaine or X in my life because I've never liked it. I don't even drink caffeine, but I probably should.
You've never tried
X? I think Greg had his ball
I've only done Bro, I don't even like caffeine. Like, I don't even like that much of caffeine. I don't like that.
Yeah, I bought a thing of kombucha. Remember kombucha?
Those are so good.
I go shopping at I bought a bunch of kombucha and I'm like, I really love it. And I was drinking one while going through emails, and then I went to bed right after. I couldn't fall asleep. I was wired out of my mind. I didn't realize there was caffeine in those things. There was so much caffeine. I didn't sleep at all that night. And I said, screw it. I just got up at 7 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I went through the whole day and I was still wired out of my mind. From the one kombucha I did. God knows how much caffeine there must be in there. I thought that was like wine and cocaine or something like that.
I'll tell you what happened to it, because the one kombucha I took like first slice for like $4 a piece. But the last day I heard it, like, so instead of like drinking Diet Coke all the time.
Dave left the fucking desk. I've never seen that before. Don't call it.
That one has probably caffeine, but most of them don't have caffeine.
Well, you gotta be careful because there's tea in there. There's black tea that they have caffeine.
You want to do that to me, baby cake?
What brand do you use?
That same brand. That same brand.
Oh, they make one without caffeine?
Yeah, I get the same thing. It's the water.
I like it. Yeah. This one?
Yeah.
It's like great. John, I'm the same one. That's so funny. Hey, what else is new? That's why I ran.
That's why he caught it, because it's the Dave.
It makes your breath so bad. I'll drink it. My son will be like, Daddy, your breath smells like garbage.
Well, there is a little alcohol in there. I like the fact that it has a little bit of fizz and alcohol. It's like a nice little combination of stuff. I just didn't realize that some of them have caffeine in them. Man, I was very productive the next day. I couldn't believe that I wasn't tired though. I was like crazy,
I think that's one of the only ones. Get watermelon and strawberry. Those ones don't have any caffeine at all.
I had to take a beta blocker. I thought my heart was out of my chest. I was like, oh, because Val drinks those before bed. Yeah, so you drink a lot of caffeine, you got affected by nothing. It's when you don't drink caffeine that you're sensitive to it. That's the problem.
Have you guys tried Kratom before?
No.
Well, I got Kratom from this one place that I had for a while, but the guy contacted me that he used to work for AT Muscle, now he's working with ISIS Arena, which is that uprising Kratom that they're sponsoring to look at. So he sent me a bunch of samples, and they have like gummies and soft gels and liquid. Anyways, I tried the soft gel before training. That stuff is amazing. Like, I can't explain the energy that you have. It's like, it's not like, you're not wired like caffeine. It's just like,
Take a shot of Nubian, it does the same thing.
It's the same thing as hydrocodone.
No, it's not. I don't feel like that.
No, Larry knows what he's talking about. That's the better option.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this stuff makes you feel like I can't explain it. It's just like you feel like really good. I don't feel like that for my hydrocodone. I don't feel nothing for my hydrocodone.
Because the hydrocodone probably has too much in it. You're getting a low dose.
Kratom is like a little bit. Yeah,
there's different ones. There's one for energy and one for calming you down.
Right. But the problem is, it's great if you're trying to get off like opiates from that. But if you start taking it regularly, I did it detoxes with guys on Kratom. You start taking Kratom, especially the concentrated shots throughout the day. Like,
I just take a pre-workout 4 days a week.
Okay, that's fine. But the certain guys, they're taking it like several times throughout the day.
Yeah.
They get addicted, and the withdrawals are the exact same withdrawals or hydrocodone. They're the exact same. I've been in detoxes with
It's good to same opiate receptors.
It's a good product if you can use it responsibly and if you don't have an addictive personality. So
Right.
you have to understand that. If you have an addictive personality, you're probably going to get addicted to you, and then you're going to try to use something stronger.
Yeah, there's a guy who messaged me. He said he was taking it like 5 times a day.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And he's saying he's having high blood pressure and other things. And I'm like, why are you taking it 5 times a day? I just take it before training.
But Larry, a lot of people have addictive personalities, and so you got to be careful with that. That's the only thing it is. I think it's a good product. I know Guy does a great job with it, but be careful if you have a past addiction problem, or if you know that you're an addictive personality, you can't just use it responsibly.
It replaced Nubane. That's all it did. It replaced Nubane, except Nubane was injectable. It replaced it. So
right. Well,
because
as long as like it's
partial.
Yeah, Nubane is like a painkiller, right?
Everyone taking Nubane was injecting it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, John's right. Yeah, unfortunately, you're right, John.
In the vein, anyway.
But Nubane is a painkiller. I don't think it's a painkiller.
Yes, kratom is a painkiller.
How it is.
Absolutely. It attaches to the same opiate receptors as opiates. It's the same.
Yep. Exactly.
No difference.
That's why he is training better. It's because you're stopping the pain from,
If they take it for like months, if they stop, taking it,
so you can feel the pain.
And they feel like shit. And they don't feel okay unless they take kratom again. It's just like Nubane, or like it's like Suboxone too. It's a partial. It attaches partially, so it's not like oxycodone. It's not like hydrocodone, but it's a partial. So you're going to get withdrawals if you're using it every day throughout the day. I warn people all the time, and I know people. I talk to people that they're struggling with kratom. One of my good friends I used to talk to, I don't talk to anymore because of kratom stuff. He was sponsoring him, and he was taking it all throughout the day. And the concentrated shots are the worst because they're so strong. My friends that own smoke shop, I have Arab friends that own these smoke shops. These kratom shots they sell for $20 a shot. You've got these house moms, they're going up there that are spending literally $200 a day because it's about $30 a kratom shot. They take them all throughout the day. They can't function without it. It's very similar. It's just like painkillers. It's not as strong as an oxycodone or Dilaudid or something like that, but it's about half and similar. And you're going to see a lot of more people, having problems with the addiction and all that. People are like, oh, well, it's natural and this and that. Well, freaking heroin.
I can't remember if it messes up your appetite.
Like when people say that, trust me, I'm very knowledgeable on this stuff. I had to go through all this hell. I was in detoxes with plenty of people on coming off kratom.
Once again,
Armand is the expert. He's the fellow expert.
I promise you.
We're very helpful in the sense that we think that all this stuff should be sold. I don't think anything should be, illegal, but I think that you have to do it responsibly and understand if you have a problem with addiction, that it's probably not a good thing to take.
And I came out and I try to help, and I do help a lot of people with this stuff because, I went through hell with it. And people, the scumbags are people that are like, addict, and this. Like, I went through a bad 5 years, and how many messages?
We're going to Hawaii together.
I'm struggling. Like, I didn't know you went through the same thing. What do I do? And I tell them my experiences and different things and recommend, and it's helped them. So all these scumbags.
Any parting words?
You will figure it out. You can always call back if you need some more advice.
Good morning,
and,
crew.
We're happy to help. Yeah.
Tell her your phone number, Greg Stanley.
So if you want to do a private reading with me,
you
can do it 808-518-7154, and you can do it over the phone, video call, or in person if I'm on island.
808-518-7154. Thank you, ma'am, for calling, putting up with our stuff. All right.
I just wanted to thank you guys for the laughs, man. You guys give me in the morning. You guys are awesome.
It's the Wake Up Crew on Island 98.5.
Out in the street, they call it murder.
Jump with the dogs and jump back. Who pound up in a van back? It in a your handbag, your knapsack, it in a your backpack. The smell of your girlfriend contact. Some boy not know this. Them only come around like tourists on the beach with a few club sodas, bedtime stories, and pose like them name Chuck Norris. And don't know trench town, man, stop laugh and block off traffic. Then we learn pop off and them start drop it. With the pin file long and it a beat traffic. Police come in a jeep and them can't stop it. Some say them a playboy rabbit. Get dropped like a bad habit. Son of a da post up if you don't have it. Rastafari stands alone.
They call it murder.
Where people are dead at random. Political violence can't done. Pure ghosts and phantom. The youth them get blind by stardom. Now the king of kings are called. Who man to pick me? So why would no one if you with me? To see this operation sick me. Them suit no fit me. To win election them trick with them down to nothing at all. Come on, let's face it. I get our education's basic. And most of the youth them waste it. And when them waste it, that's when them take the guns replace it. Then them don't stand a chance at all. And that's why enough little youth have up some fun with the extra in a them back pocket. And a bleach at night time in a some black jacket. All who not lock, say them a lock rocket. Them we pull you up a current like a shock socket. Them we run a road block which but the cops block it. And from no kill a man in a stop clock it. If them run out of rounds a broke back ratchet. Southside not so.
I think someone said something about smoke weed all day. I missed it though.
Gone one little 6 and 7 y'all.
The priest is on. Jamaica, Jamaica.
Jamaica, Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica.
My $5 big deal breakfast meal. A breakfast jack, French toast sticks, and a hash brown served all day. I mean, are they even trying? At Jack, every bite's a big deal. Price and participation may vary. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Mostly sunny skies, isolated showers, and a high of 83 today. Trades 15 to 20, gusts up to 29. Tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, and a low of 75.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
In Honolulu, live and worldwide on iHeartRadio. We are Island 98.5. Hey, what's up? This is Rory Wild and the Wake Up Crew. Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. That's dollar.
Enter it now at island985.com and good luck from Island 98.5.
Good morning.
Island 98.5's Wake Up Crew. Good morning.
Wake up, wake up.
It's the Wake Up Crew on Island 98.5.
Greg Stanley is on the phone. He's our sidekick. Free, absolutely free, every Tuesday, 7 to 8 a.m.
296-9850.
All right. When was the last time you were in kind of a relationship with her like she was, Candace? Back and forth.
It's been a long time. Maybe closer to like 10-ish years, maybe.
Isn't it?
But I'm like 18, so.
So when you were 7?
Exactly. So toxic at 7.
It sounds like you're in a very comfortable relationship.
Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah, that helps, right?
Yeah.
Not the stress.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Mentally, I don't think I could handle it. I'd be too sick of it too quick. I'd be like, get out of here.
Gregory, how did you handle it before? I never, you know what? I have never had the issues that lady described. I thought you can say that I go through every.
I mean,
Never did. I feel like everybody wants to change me.
okay.
Am I good enough? Don't answer.
Yes, you're good
You're
enough.
good enough. You're smart enough. And doggone it, people like you.
Greg Stanley, why they get with somebody, they met with somebody in a certain way, and then they want to change that person.
I don't know.
Well, it's selfish. It's very selfish to be in a relationship with somebody and try to change them. Because if you try to change them, then all you're doing, they're just going to resent you for making them conform to what you want. And if they want to change though, because they're like, hey, you know what? I do love you. I want to be with you. I do know I need to give up this part of my life or this part of myself to be with you. It's worth it to them. If they're going to resent you for it, it's going to be toxic.
When does it change? When the Utu is into the Utu Bang Bangs? Yeah, man.
No. It changes when the other person puts their foot down and they're missed so much they say, hey, if you want to be with me, these are my stipulations, and they stick with that in order to keep that person because they're worth it. And sometimes people don't stay because they're, they're afraid.
That's right, Greg Stanley. You gotta tell him. You gotta have a JOB if you want to be with me. Because I don't need no man begging me for money. I got another woman for that.
Hey, it's like that Christina Aguilera song. If you want to be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. Yeah.
Don't ever do that again.
I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way.
I like that song.
Yeah.
I don't need changing. I mean, Candace, did you change? I don't want to pick on your husband because he's such a lovely guy. Did you change him from the time you met, or you just let him go?
We got together when we were in our younger 20s, and I feel like we just grew up. I don't know. I didn't feel the need to really change him. It just happened whenever you grow up. And also become a parent because you kind of have no choice.
Yeah, Greg, when you come in the relationship perfect, no need changing, huh?
Nah, no need, bro. You never heard the song, no go change it for try to please me.
Who sang that? Oliver Kelly?
Something like, yeah, I think so. No, Sonny Chillingsworth.
All right, here's the number to call right now.
296-9850.
Get a free reading from Greg Stanley. Off the air is 808-518-7154.
Hootie hoo.
All right.
It's the Wake Up Crew on Island 98.5.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Matt.
We have another extra special guest coming up, I think. Do you want to reveal who will be on our show?
Yes, we will be joined by Galinda from the upcoming Wicked film, the one, the only Ariana Grande, who is in the studio with us.
Do not miss this episode. You'll be changed for good.
Listen to Las Culturistas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Las Culturistas and start listening.
Cancer. You hope to never hear it. But if you do, you'll want a team of experts by your side. At Trinity Health of New England, we understand the stress that comes with a cancer diagnosis. Our team of compassionate oncology specialists provide the latest treatments to take care of the whole person. We know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient because we see all of you. Learn more at trinityhealthofne.org/cancer.
That moment you realize you're not having a hot flash? That's a not flash. Having a not flash means fewer hot flashes and night sweats.
They're not
This
not
moment is
in
brought
this-
to you by
Yeah,
100%
no,
hormone-free
no,
Vioza.
I
Vioza
thought
is
they
a
were
prescription
bro.
treatment for moderate to severe vasomotor
Yeah, but they're not
symptoms, also
testing.
known as VMS
Jake
or
Paul
hot
and
flashes
his
and night
brother,
sweats due to
they
menopause.
They're both on juice. They're probably on normal TRT doses.
Don't use Vioza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney
Yeah,
failure,
what's
or
the
increased
rep said with Tyson's
increased
punching
liver blood
power
test
doesn't
values
matter.
and liver problems may occur. Your doctor will
I
blood test
personally
reports.
think it's going to go
Stop
the
Vioza and
distance
call your
because I
doctor
think
if you
it's
have
good for.
symptoms of liver problems
I
such
don't
as
think
feeling more
Tyson's
tired
going
than
to get.
usual,
They might
nausea,
each
vomiting,
get it knocked down, but no one's going to get knocked out. I think Jake Paul's going to be like trolling everybody because
Ready to
you know,
experience
the
more
fat,
not
the
flashes?
fat suit that
Ask
he
your
keeps wearing.
doctor about Vioza.
I think he's in really good shape. I think he's
To
just
learn
going
more,
to
call
show everybody.
1-866-239-1637 or visit
The dude can't box. I mean,
askaboutVioza.com.
the dude can't box. Like, if one of us got in a ring with him, like, you know, like, I would have to train. I'd be worried. Like, the dude, he's like, he is kind of like a D-bag and all that, but like,
Internet
the
and
dude,
one
that's his
unlimited mobile
passion. He
line
loves
for
boxing.
$80 a month,
I mean,
all
he's
with
young,
Wi-Fi equipment included and no annual contract. If only getting it all was always that easy.
Tyson had no clue. So I have no clue.
Whatever it is, it's a setup to a second fight.
Get it
So
all with
I still
Cox.
believe
Get
that
Cox
that's where they're
Internet
going
and
to
one
make the
unlimited
money.
mobile line for $80
I
a
think
month.
that's
Visit
true, but I don't know if
Cox.com/value.
there'll be a
Limited
second
time
fight,
offer for
though.
new customers
I'm
only.
not
No
really
annual
sure if there
contract
will
fees, no
be.
minimum term
Bryce
agreement, and
said
no
he's
early
so
termination fees.
so
Additional
bad,
restrictions
he's not going
apply.
to be able to fight
For
again.
her.
You never know what's going behind the scenes.
For you.
I love it.
Access Health
Tyson is
CT.
a
We connect people to a
When
range
you-
of health
when
and
you
dental coverage
watched him
options.
box in his
For
prime,
checkups,
what did he
for
do? The bell
procedures,
rang,
for
he went out there
prescriptions.
and tagged
We'll
the
help you
guy.
make the
Boom,
most of your
done.
coverage and even help you discover if you
Jake's
qualify for
body is
financial
in
help.
good
We
shape.
just
Not
don't
get
get
that
it for
would go on one
and for every
second
other reason
longer
you
than
have.
it's got. Wasn't there a
Enroll
thing
in December
where
15th.
Tyson was in an
Coverage
argument
starting
with him in
January
some kind of
1st.
interview and he said
Visit
something about a sister?
accesshealthct.com.
Tyson socked him and knocked him down?
Did you
I
know
don't know, I
that 9
didn't
out
hear
of
that.
10 customers would
There's
recommend
a lot
double
of hype
insurance
and
to a
going
friend?
through stuff.
That's higher
No,
than the
they're
percentage.
actually friends, though. They've been doing
Yeah,
podcasts
the
together.
thing's so
First of all, the
majestic.
old
They're
man
promoting the fight. They're promoting the fight.
the old Mike Tyson, if you pushed him
Don't
a
worry,
touchdown,
it's not about
you have to
likes.
fucking have 30 people jump on him.
Legendary
Jake
service and
Paul
superior coverage
pushed
with
him and
AAA
said,
insurance.
he's like, oh,
Something
you know,
9 out of 10
then he
people
turns
would
and
recommend.
smiles and
Find
you know,
out
he's
why
telling
and
the
get a
crowd,
quote
I'm
at
going to, you know, actually
AAA.com/insurance.
take you, yeah, well, he's
Based on a
learned over the
2023
years.
customer
I
survey.
mean,
Insurance provided by CSAA
Tyson's
Insurance
smart
Exchange.
now.
He's got all these psychedelics and he's different now, and you know he's life different after all these psychedelics. You know
I know,
the
he
things he
said-
talks about.
He said the demon is still in there and he could fucking. I
Jake
don't know.
Paul's in trouble. He's got to promote the fight, right? You know.
Would you guys feature Jake Paul with the White Tiger also? He also did the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they both did the White Tiger thing. It's pretty cool.
Is it a good idea to get back with your
If Tyson is
baby?
taking, if he is on juice, what do you think they put him on? What would you guys put him on? If you had a chance to do this fight?
Deca.
That's GH Deca.
I'll test him.
Larry said it. Larry said it.
How old's your kid?
Larry said it. Halotestin was supposedly the anabolic steroids that boxers were using before the test. That was like supposedly.
How come you did the
Well, think about it. Let's think about this first of all. When you're fighting, you don't want your arms to get too pumped because then you get fatigued more quickly. That's why a lot of the MMA guys won't use trembolone because they say it gasses you real fast.
No, it gasses your oxygen in your lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one
Can't
knows,
breathe.
but
I think with the right thing to do would be do your cycle while you're training and then maybe stop everything or maybe just stay on low dose testosterone. Like,
No, they
you
get
know.
your blood flow and halotestin.
Well, it makes you get carved up a lot because it's a
Winchell
vitamin.
makes you fast. You know Winchell makes you fast.
No, it's not take it all the way through training, but just like right before the fight, just for the anger.
Oh, just for the aggression part of it. I don't think
Halotestin will get you nice and hard. I used to, there used to be a place called the Gym here, and they had all the MMA fighters. It wasn't UFC guys, but yeah, I would sell them tons of Halotestin all the time. They loved it. Yeah, they took it all the time. They you know, didn't make them cause to gain weight, so they stayed in the weight class and made them aggressive. They loved that stuff. My friend was a trainer up there. They bought that shit like crazy.
Did you see that interview I did with Ken Clark about the halotestin? And
No.
I always thought halotestin was, everybody said it was like super liver toxic. But if they actually, if you look at all these studies that were done on like women that they used it in children and stuff. They used it in high doses for a long time, and it wasn't liver toxic at all.
And it's very antigenic. Why would women take that long term?
Well, apparently, that's what I thought. It's really energetic, but according to the studies, it's not.
It's not anabolic, but it's highly energetic.
That's what I thought. It's so different.
Remember check drops?
Oh, yes.
Liquid check drops? Those are the worst. Those like bitch tits in a bottle.
The check drops were, it's trembolone, it's like micronized trembolone something.
The check drops is Mebilorone. It's its own drug.
Yeah, but it's a derivative of trembolone.
Well, I mean, everything's made from something else, but once it changes configuration, it's not the same drug anymore, no matter.
It was only for veterinarians.
It's either for dogs to keep the female dogs to keep them out of heat or put in heat or something like that.
Yeah, but when you got pregnant, you were like on a break, and you're pretty sure he's the dad, though.
Like right before a lift.
He is the dad, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Stop it, Greg. Ezra, I know the baby's yours. Let me get red hair and freckles, man. Let me get red hair and freckles. And he.
They would have what drug and what are the side effects, what are the benefits, and that would have like no benefits for bodybuilding.
Wait, you said that he was the dad, and you sounded very sure. I like those guys who go on the Maury show.
I think that probably a little growth hormone they have him on. I would say for recovery purposes. I would say.
Holy fuck! 25 gorgeous goddesses in the fucking chat. Let's go.
I say that too. BPC for sure. The question is, who do you think's running his whole drug protocol?
Who's the hottest guy on Chatterbait? That's me. G motherfucking Goji. I'm so conceited. No, I'm not.
I don't know. But I remember Dexter Jackson. Remember Dexter Jackson using that, and he was Brad Rowe was training Dexter Jackson doing a COVID time in his garage, and then Dexter Jackson's like, "Oh, this feels great," and then after the show, he was like, Blender on the trade in the nuke machine was like, "This is what like." This hurt my physique training this way, using the nuke machine.
Well, I think Brad goes back to New England. I don't think he's in California, so it can't be him. It's someone else.
Yeah. I trained with it like a few times, and it's weird. Like fatigue the muscle, but you couldn't really train it like right. Like you couldn't.
No.
You couldn't lift anything heavy because your muscle gets fatigued from the machine.
It makes you super sore, and I'm not a fan of it, but you know, people.
I didn't get that sore. I just felt like my muscles were like they just got weak, like during the training session.
Yeah, you can't lift much at all.
Yeah, you can't lift anything heavy, and then it just like tires out the muscle from the constant whatever the shock that's going through there.
Brad Rowe was working with everybody.
So, what, Larry, is it probably better to not train with it and just use it, or do you find it like useless?
No, I tried using it a few times, and I couldn't get a good training session. You can't get
It's not for bodybuilding. It's not for bodybuilding. No. Like people like athletes.
I think
it's like after the workout. It's great for injury. It's not for.
I think it's if you were somebody who's like not a bodybuilder or like lifting really hard, and you're just like a gym goer, maybe like it would be good for them. They don't want to train that hard.
You know, a lot of personal trainers, they'll buy it and they'll do the class and everything. I think the new machine is around like $20,000 or something like that, because and then they get a lot of clients that way because they market like, oh, this machine does this and this, and because let's be real, personal training is dead. I mean, how many the gyms y'all go to, how many, everybody has an app now that they use that, they follow. I don't see many people personal training people ever. Y'all?
I gotta ask you guys this question. Have you seen this latest campaign between Tyson and Jake Paul where they're kissing each other? Yeah, it's really bizarre. I I know it's kind of weird. Like,
is that AI or is that real?
That's AI. That's not real. I don't think it is.
Yeah, but it's really hard.
No,
That's
man,
AI.
come on.
That's AI. Look at her face. You can tell.
You can see it right there. That's AI.
I don't think it is.
No, it's AI.
That's how fucking good AI is now. You can't even tell.
I know. That's so scary.
Why would he post? Look, they were talking about it. That's why.
I guess. It's kind of.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot me a PM. I don't know what that's gonna do.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, Dave.
I think that's like the whole
Well, now we can actually tell the truth now that who was elected. So we can tell Joe Scratch. But
literally everyone is against this.
But
What is making you consider it?
They spoke to that thing about Diddy with Tyson doing that too.
that might have been real.
There's so many AI stuff. And,
You see when Diddy tried to grab Mike Tyson's ass on that talk show they were on together years and years ago, and Tyson almost broke his ass.
He was right next to him. I don't know if he tried to grab his butt. They were both sitting down, but yeah, I saw that.
No, he grabbed him. He did. You kidding me?
Tyson, the one where Tyson steps aside and puts his hand
Yeah.
It's just like Diddy's son, he took over, he's like, got on
I'm guessing
Diddy's
no.
Instagram,
That
he's like,
means that you
hey, I'm
actually
taking
are
over Pop's
considering it.
Instagram to spread positivity, spread positivity and what, all the
You
people
will
with dad,
learn
rape,
through
and
adversity.
drugs too,
Yeah,
like,
you learn a lot.
this dude's not they're trying everything possible to get him out. He's not getting out.
No.
No. These guys, darkness.
Yeah, but he might have a lot of dirt on a lot of things trying to name people.
Well, of course he does. But Larry, no, he's not
Larry
doing a lot of
using it
it.
right now. He's not doing
Right,
anything
no,
with it.
I get it. You want the
But he drugged a lot of them to get
family
the
because you have your
food.
kids.
Yeah, I know, but
blah,
he's
blah,
gonna
blah.
roll on those
But
people.
if you guys are not
Wait,
getting
we'll see.
along, what
I guarantee
are
you
you
he's going
showing
to.
your daughter?
Because
You're right.
the same possessiveness that he has, she has too.
Show the whole
Yeah, it's just one
Yeah.
crazy
I don't know.
circus
It might
of
be different, so I don't want to show the whole thing.
jealousy.
He can't help himself. He's just so like perverted.
So like now, so used to it, doing it.
right? So like I
Yeah.
take
There's
care
all,
of her.
see that, they had
24/7,
Justin Bieber's
and he
kid on
doesn't
there.
really,
They
like,
were
help
on
me
him
at
and Diddy were on
all,
some
like,
talk show, and then Bieber's like, yeah, I'm
move
driving
in
the
with
Lambo
them,
this
and
weekend,
that
and
whole
then
thing.
and
that nobody
the
else-
host was like, oh, you driving the Lambo? And Diddy said, well, Justin knows that, there's some things you don't talk about what you do with Diddy behind the scenes, behind the closed doors, and like he's getting, almost warning him, like, you better keep your mouth shut, kid,
It's kind of sad with Justin Bieber. He went through all this mental, breakdowns and all that. The dude was literally groomed and raped.
11:30, 12
Yeah,
o'clock at night.
terrible.
He's had a couple of gallons of green
Anyway,
bottle.
but so I mean, do you think this Tyson fight's going to be real, or do you think it's? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some showmanship, but is it actually going to be a real fight, like, or is it like a WWE?
Yeah, I promise.
thing?
If you let me come over, see our old daughter. I promise. I promise. Okay, I promise.
When he did Boy Jones, that was a
No. Hey, I said I promise. I said I promise. What? Hey. No. You know, I know. But I promise. Idiot telling you what the promise is. I promise.
Promise what?
I promise. Hey, Nuggets. Hey, Nuggets smart. I told you I respect you. And I promise. Just gotta tell you that, bro. I promise you that. Hey. So, hey.
Okay.
Sweetheart, I promise. I promise. Okay?
Yes, Greg Stanley. What?
So the thing with this guy, if you were to get back with him, even for your daughter's sake, which is what a lot of times people do, they get back together for the kids. It's actually worse for the kids when you're back together and you're not happy and you're fighting, because they can feel that. And then when they're older, it's normalized for them that they stay with somebody that treats them the same as what their dad did or their mom did. if not worse, because you taught them you have to stay with somebody that treats you this way. Oh, because you're a family. No, that is wrong.
Here's the problem.
Dead wrong.
She thinks that she can't get anybody right now. She's hit a dry spell.
I mean, I know I can, but I'm not interested in nobody else. Like, I just want my daughter to be good.
Girl,
you know?
then stand
Right.
Like, you got it, girl.
How old do you think she is? 26?
20s.
20s? Greg Hammer? What do you think?
You know something? I promise.
This guy.
I don't know, bro. I promise you that.
He promises.
I don't care how old. I promise. Okay.
I turn 30 tomorrow.
Oh,
Promise to God. Hey, promise to God.
Hallelujah.
Promise to God. Promise to God, sweetheart. Promise to God. You promise to God. But I promise.
Yeah, I promise to Jesus Christ.
Okay. Then I promise. So
there's so much things going on in the life. 30 is a big age, I would say, to a woman. And her birthday, she doesn't want to celebrate it with alone.
Yep.
All of this stuff is playing in her head right now against good judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a sitter for tomorrow?
Okay,
Get her some fucking tickets.
I don't have any
God
friends
damn
to
it.
drink with you.
No, Candace will go drink with you.
Get her some fucking tickets.
I'm still recovering from this
Step
weekend.
up.
I can't. I really
Candace.
I
Have a
can't.
mocktail.
Where would you take her for the first date, Candace? Stop it. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
No, I promise. Hey, I promise.
Are you asking this question because you want to hang with him tomorrow? Hey, you can be honest. Nobody knows you.
No, definitely not. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, happy birthday in advance.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Well, what are you planning on doing?
So I actually wanted 2 nights stay from you guys for the White Sands Hotel, and I booked it for this weekend. So I'll be doing that.
She wanted to stay with us
So
with
thank
White
you.
Sands
Yeah,
Hotel.
you're gonna meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
So
have so
thank
much
you,
fun.
guys.
The bar has
Thank
swings.
you.
All right, go have a drink on the bar. There's swings on the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And do you flirt? Are you
swings at the
do you
bar?
flirt?
You remember how?
Oh, I do remember how.
She better work it.
Yeah.
See, this is
I'm gonna work it, girl. I'm gonna work it.
Greg Stanley, this is radio. Nobody can tell how tall. How tall are you? 5'4"?
I'm 5'5", close.
Nice.
Hey, you can jump in the pool and not drown.
I can.
Some people, they jump in.
So I'm gonna take her.
The forehead is underneath.
I'm guessing it's a no. I'm not gonna do it.
Are you kidding me? You're guessing it's a no? Have you been listening this whole time?
Yeah.
I've gotta go. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. You heard the kid go. You heard the kid go. Ma, Dad didn't promise.
Sweetheart.
Dad said, sweetheart, promise to God. Promise to God.
Greg Stanley, get the heck out of here. 808 518 7154. 808 518 7154.
Who's the next caller?
Make an appointment with a, well, how long are the readings? 15, 30, hour? You can do all that, yeah?
All of that, yep.
Okay. Thank you, Greg Stanley.
Thanks, Greg
Welcome,
Montes.
Rory Wild.
It's the Wake Up Crew on Island 98.5.
Island 98.5. The free iHeart app goes everywhere you do, because it's always on your phone and ready for whatever you're in the mood for. Even better when you plug your phone into Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. The app becomes part of the dash with a seamless way to listen to your favorite radio stations, the latest must-hear podcast, or a custom playlist to get you focused. And with the holidays on the horizon, the app makes the perfect shopping companion while you search for the ultimate parking spot. There it is. Try Apple CarPlay or Android Auto with the iHeart app today.
He already said he's not going to do it.
At Enterprise,
But he also said he was retiring and he's doing it for a bodybuilding show.
Yeah, I think maybe he just got sick of doing the men's classic physique. You know, maybe he wants to do something different.
And it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
I mean, this is a pretty good size.
The wait is almost over.
This crowd is ready for hockey.
The world's best players take the ice to compete for their country. International best-on-best hockey comes to Boston as Bruin stars Brad Marchand of Team Canada and Charlie McAvoy of Team USA compete to see which hockey nation will reign. Canada, Finland, Sweden, USA. The four nations face off. Get your tickets today.
Think scaling AI is hard? Think again. With Watson X, you can deploy AI across any environment. Above the clouds, helping pilots navigate flights, and on lots of clouds, helping employees automate tasks. On-prem, so designers can access proprietary data, and on the edge, so remote bank tellers can assist customers. Watson X works anywhere, so you can scale AI everywhere. Learn more at ibm.com/WatsonX. IBM. Let's create.
At the Home Depot, the holidays have arrived.
And so is all my family. So I'm working on keeping up with the laundry.
The Home Depot is here to help with Black Friday savings up to 40% off select appliances. Spend less time doing laundry with smart, efficient appliances from Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
Perfect. Less laundry time means more family time.
Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances at the Home Depot. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
How crispy are the new Deli Mix crispy quesadillas? Let's see. What about one in the microwave? Yeah, Deli Mix crispy quesadillas are crispy even from a microwave. I can already smell it.
Let's fantasize for a minute. Let's say Bumstead somehow pulls off the victory because maybe Martin comes it off and some of the other guys are not.
So crispy. Like, barely hear myself think crispy. They should come with a warning.
Here's a better one. Really do the auto.
If this crispiness is making you hungry, get to your closest grocery store for Deli Mix crispy quesadillas in the frozen aisle.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue with its powerful VC turbo engine. We had time to see all the animals.
And I'm one of you. Do my show, John. What do you think?
Drive the Nissan Rogue.
You would, because that's Arnold's kind of body. He likes that, aesthetic look. So
I was so excited when I heard the sandwich was back. What's up? This is Mike.
And this is Celia.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich
Is the symphony of flavors. You can always count on that crispy, tender, juicy chicken. It's so good.
My favorite part is the pimento cheese. Topped off with the honey, it all comes together perfectly. I like the original.
I like the spicy chicken fillet. But either way,
You're getting a winner.
the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy fillet now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Ladies' history by becoming a St. Louis gentleman. Visit us on November 17th, St. Louis School, where dreams begin.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. This holiday, trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's over $1,800 in value. So you'll save big on free great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for Watch and Tab. Over $1,800 value based on phone, Watch and Tab. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Hey, Bo. Hey, Matt. We have another extra special guest coming up, I think. Do you want to reveal who will be on our show?
Yes, we will be joined by Glinda from the upcoming Wicked film, the one, the only Ariana Grande, who is in the studio with us.
Do not miss this episode. You'll be changed for good.
Listen to Las Culturistas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Las Culturistas and start listening.
The The free iHeart app goes everywhere you do because it's always on your phone and ready for whatever you're in the mood for. Even better when you plug your phone into Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. The app becomes part of the dash with a seamless way to listen to your favorite radio stations, the latest must-hear podcast, or a custom playlist to get you focused. And with the holidays on the horizon, the app makes the perfect shopping companion while you search for the ultimate parking spot. Oh, there it is. Try Apple CarPlay or Android Auto with the iHeart app today.
The holidays at Starbucks are even brighter with the new Cranberry Orange Lemonade Refresher. Flavors of sweet orange, tart cranberry, and warm spice. Shaken with ice and lemonade, add a refresh to your most festive moments. Order yours in the app.
Getting older means a world of change, but some things still stay the same, like being at risk for type 1 diabetes, because type 1 can happen at any age. So screen it like you mean it. If just one person in your family has type 1, you're up to 15 times more likely to get it too. And 50% of type 1 diagnoses happen after the age of 18. So screen it like you mean it. Type 1 diabetes starts long before you need insulin, and one blood test can help you spot it early and lower the risk of serious complications, like diabetic ketoacidosis, known as DKA. So don't get caught by surprise. Screen it like you mean it, because getting answers now can help you get prepared. The more you know, the more you can do. So don't wait. Talk to a doctor about how to get screened. Tap now or visit screenfortype1.com to learn more. Again, that's screenfortype1.com. And screen it like you mean it.
This Thanksgiving, Cox has tips to help you stay connected. From searching for recipes to cooking together over video chat or finding the best online deals, Cox keeps you connected, whether you're at home or on the go. And what's a holiday without family movie time? Gather around and stream all your favorites seamlessly with Cox. Happy Thanksgiving from Cox, proudly supporting local communities with time and technology. Learn more at Cox.com.
Millions of people have lost weight with personalized plans from Noom, like Evan, who can't stand salad and still lost 50 pounds.
Salads generally for most people are easy, right? For me, that wasn't an option. I never really was a salad guy. That's just not who I am. But Noom.
Get your personalized plan today at Noom.com. Real Noom user compensated
Oh my
for
god,
stories.
if you have an ass like that, I'd eat it all night.
Results may vary.
Popeye's Big Box is back, and it is big. 2 pieces of our juicy signature chicken, or 3 crispy chicken tenders with 2 regular sides, and a
Who are you,
buttermilk
Emily?
biscuit for just $6. Come into Popeye's today for a real meal for just $6. And this year, head to your local Popeyes and order our famous Cajun-style turkey for your holiday table. Just thaw, heat, and serve, giving you more time to celebrate with your loved ones. At participating U.S. restaurants, prices may vary.
That
Gonna have
moment
to
you
check
realize
you out,
you're not
yeah.
having a hot flash, that's a not flash. Having a not flash means fewer hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause. This moment is brought to you by 100% hormone-free Veoza. Veoza is a prescription treatment for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as VMS, or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause. The reduction in the number and severity of hot flashes is based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Increased liver blood test values and liver problems may occur. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have
Thought about all
symptoms of
that
liver problems such as
passion
feeling more tired than
comment.
usual, nausea, vomiting,
Get me all
itching,
horny.
yellowing of the outer skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Ready to experience more not flashes? Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or visit askaboutveoza.com. That's askaboutveozah.com.
He's just progressive, man. He's like a short Ronnie Coleman. I mean, the guy's unbelievable. Yeah, look at the
Island 95's Wake Up Crew.
Funny as hell.
The Wake Up Crew. The Wake Up Crew.
Wow.
All right, no sense you go through the day not learning something. What did we learn from that Greg Stanley segment? Are guys jerks or girls unreasonable?
Right.
Yeah.
The girls just need to learn their self-worth and move on.
Yeah, that was the first time he said she was like when PJ
Quiet
helped him.
kind of 18-year-old.
Yeah, I'm 18. That's right.
Quiet confidence. What do you mean, Greg's hammer? Greg's
I mean,
hammer.
it's like, okay, whether you got to teach your kids that, don't walk into a room like, like a low forehead, shoulders forward and looking all sad. You teach them to carry themselves, stand up straight, look people in the eye, unless you're in a questionable neighborhood.
Right.
Look them in the eye, just walk in with confidence, back straight, be nice to people. And when I say be nice, waves, if it's somebody hey, good morning, Mr. Abernathy, stuff like that. Don't be like a certain broadcaster that like is pointing to somebody up in the rafters and nobody's waving to him.
Stop.
Like, hey, good to see you again. How's the family?
It's gotten real personal. And by the way, you're in Kahala too often. Mr. Abernathy is.
Yeah, I know.
Bring in Mr. Yamashita. He's from our Manoa neighborhood.
Hello.
You've been married 75 years now. Wow.
75 long, boring years. And I tell you what,
one time they asked my wife, Yoneko, we've had, over the 75 years, we've had our good days and our bad days. And my question is always, when was the good day?
Stop it. What's the secret? Do you have side geisha girls?
No, I don't have side geisha girls. You know what it is? It's I get to watch Abarembo Shogun, and then I dress up in my samurai outfit, and she just lays there. She just lays there
and goes. Wait, what did you say?
Abarembo Shogun. What kind of Japanese are you?
Is that before?
Oh, you're Korean.
Or
get back to Okinawa.
Is that before or after Kikaida?
Kikaida is for the young kids. You're gonna watch Abarembo Shogun. It's the best one.
I only watch sumo on that channel. We have a new toy in our studio. It gives you an opportunity to play a certain song as soon as you say the song. So we'll give that to Candace. There's either only Jaja knows, she's music to me, or Naughty Girl. Candace.
Let's do Naughty Girl by Fiji.
You guys are funny. You guys crack me up.
It's the Wake Up Crew on Island 98.5.
What? Hit the button. What? Look. What a toy. What a brand new toy.
It'll be coming up in a little bit.
Wait a minute. That's not the song?
No.
What a junk toy.
It's
what
all right.
They never tell us this thing speak English.
Wait.
Hey.
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
Island, good morning.
Watch this. Why don't you be my naughty girl? Be my naughty girl. Come on, be my naughty girl. In the morning time, in the evening time, when the sun don't shine and your mood is right. First time I saw your face, I know it was true loving. Although you're a million miles away. Come take my hand, my love. I lead you to the promised land, a land where the milk and honey flow. Yeah, why don't you be my naughty girl? Come on, be my naughty girl. Hey, be my naughty girl. In the morning time, in the evening time, when the sun
I need some carbs. Big time.
and the mood is right. Come take my hand, my love. I lead you to the promised land, a land where the milk and honey flow.
Stay a while. Get comfy.
Throw away your diamonds and pearls. I take you to another world, a world of love and harmony. Yeah,
KDNN, home of the Wake Up, Hawaii's #1 reggae station. We are Island 98.5. Island 98.5 has your chance to win $1,000.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Grand.
That's
Grand.
enter it now.
Grand.
Island985.com.
Get some easy money from Island 98.5. Good luck.
I can see you right now in the kitchen bending over a hot stove, but I can't see the stove.
What did you say? Hey, laser lips. Your mama was a snowblower.
No, I already made my quota of 5 donuts in the first hour. Island 95's Wake Up Crew. Wake Up Crew.
Wake up, crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
Time. Greg Cameron back on the radio.
It's the morning crew.
Go tell your friends. Go write it down. El sicario de Dios. Wow. You ever sing? You ever serenade your wifey?
Yeah, all the time.
Really? What's your go-to song?
My go-to song?
Yeah, your go-to is something from Engelbert Humperdinck.
No, I just sing whatever comes to mind. Sometimes it's the dumbest stuff. And if I forget the words, I make them up. So, like, sometimes I'm singing a really beautiful song, but there's, like, some heinous words in there, man.
Does she ever just roll her eyes and walk in like, not already?
No, she laughs.
She sings with him.
She indulges me sometimes.
The wifey will latch on to one phrase like, what's taking so long for the onion soup?
Right.
And then know and see that I'm rolling my eyes, and then say it incessantly until I actually go move to the other table. Which is what happened Friday night.
Oh no,
man! Why is it taking so long with the onion soup? That's one. That's okay. And then she's second time, and I roll my eyes. And then she'll just keep on saying it.
Taking so long with the onion soup. How come? No, but why?
Until I
promise
go,
to God. Promise to God.
In my daughter's ear, I go, Mom is incessantly asking when is the onion soup, and boom, right on cue. She'll say it. My daughter finds humor in me having anguish.
That's awesome.
Duh.
And she'll do that for everything. So
what do you expect? What do you expect us to say? You poor man. No, dude.
I'm wondering if you sing and then you go off on your tangent of making up words.
Yes.
If she rolls her eyes, no.
No, she just laughs and giggles, and she goes. Sometimes she goes, okay, like why did you have to, why did you have to put that word? The actual word is, is this. It's not butt crack. You know what I mean?
Right. Because Greg can be one wake-up song mofo. I mean,
Oh, dude. When I get together with my son, oh my gosh, we're sitting by the Corwood log in the backyard. It's just drinking crowd and making up just some heinous words in songs. And then I don't know why. And then he told me that he knows. And he knows why this song blows. Because he knows that I'm so old and gray. That I sit on my nuts every day. The bags are long, yeah, they're really long. And I got no teeth, yeah, he got no teeth. But he knows that he has rickets, and he knows that he has BD, and he knows that he has syphilis, and he knows that he eats everything. And cause he's fat and has BD, he gotta go to the doctor, and they should just give him an injection of penicillin. Just making up stuff, you know.
I want to marry you.
Island 98.5's Wake Up Crew. It's the Wake Up Crew on Island 98.5.
At the Home Depot, the holidays have arrived.
And so is all my family. So I'm working on keeping up with the laundry.
The Home Depot is here to help with Black Friday savings up to 40% off select appliances. Spend less time doing laundry with smart, efficient appliances from Samsung. Ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
Perfect. Less laundry time means more family time.
Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing
You know I
on
haven't.
select
I wasn't
appliances
born
at the Home
yesterday.
Depot. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Now you can get Cox Internet and one unlimited mobile line for $80 a month.
But, yeah,
All
I'll
with Wi-Fi
check you
equipment
out.
included and no annual contract. If only getting it all was always that easy. Like having a night out. And getting a good night's sleep. Get it all with Cox. Get Cox
the girls
Internet
are
and
getting
one
me so
unlimited
damn
mobile line for
horny.
$80
I'm
a
trying
month.
to-
Visit
trying to watch this
Cox.com/value. Limited time offer for new customers only. No annual contract means no minimum term agreement and no early termination fees. Additional restrictions apply.
That moment you realize you're not having a hot flash? That's a
I will.
not flash.
Just give me some
Having a
time.
not flash means fewer hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause. This moment is brought to you by 100% hormone-free Veoza. Veoza is a prescription treatment for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as VMS, or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause. The reduction in the number and severity of hot flashes is based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Increased liver blood test values and liver problems may occur. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems such as feeling more tired than usual, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Ready to experience more not flashes? Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or visit askaboutveoza.com. That's askaboutveozah.com.
Can Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, help if I have chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more?
Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not approved for adults with migraine who have 14 or fewer headache days a month. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment.
Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Ask your doctor and visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
Marshalls and iHeartRadio present Get the Good Seats. Marshalls hustles to get you access to the good stuff, like the chance to meet your favorite artists at iHeartRadio's Jingle Ball.
Like me, Megan Trainor. I'm playing Jingle Ball Los Angeles on December 6th, so don't miss your chance to win a VIP trip to meet me and get access to the good seats.
Head to iHeartRadio.com/good
I'm running out of
seats for
power.
official rules and to enter. That's iHeartRadio.com/good seats. Marshalls, getting you access to the good seats.
You met with the stable boy despite